Good evening, one and all. It is Friday, it's the end of the working week, and it is time that we jump into some more good new Warframe. Yes, I'm throwing the new in there. It's still new enough on the update. It still counts, absolutely. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world, and...
Hey ho, hope you all are doing well.
Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Kengineer.
Adam Alec, thank you very much for the continued support on the channel there. 56 months of support is absolutely huge. Much appreciated for that continued sub. Alright there, absolutely. And cheers, Ray, for the soundbite along with it. Much appreciated. I do buy this. I think I have a... Yep, a bit of food. Apparently I had a little bit of food stuck behind my teeth. That is really awkward. There we are, we're fine, I think. Anyway, that aside, let us continue, shall we? Or whilst I make that even worse. So, today is very, very simple. I intend to make the most out of the Ryoku and Vena missions to get all the loot that we can grab from there, but I'm going to be distracted by Mirror Label gifting 10 subs out to the community. Thank you much there, Mirror Label. That's gone out to Juan, to Escape Punk, to Kozilek, to Aquadin, to Purchk the Second, something like that, to Mr. A, to Ardent Hellspawn, to Knight Rider, to Nurge, and to the Momic. Thank you very much there, Mirror Label. Much appreciated on the gifts out there, absolutely. You're missing your badge? Ah, well, it is back now, absolutely is. Addy's saying, currently what you play though, because I had eye surgery this morning, it's going to be my podcast. That's fine. Right now, there is a handsome British man on screen, as well as a pair of Warframes. One Warframe is green, one Warframe is red. For those of you who are colorblind, the red Warframe is the one at the back. But yeah. That's the best I could do for you on that one. Anyway. We do need to be diving into farming those bits and pieces, because I've been testing various bits of the Warframe in general, and various bits of the update to Warframe, but I haven't actually done that much of the new mission. And in particular, I need to get the helmet done. I can't just subsume this copy of them, and put former upgrades in this. So I need a different copy of Sirius and Orion to subsume, and what better reason than that to go over to the farm and actually do the farm arenas. I already have some bits and pieces from prior farming, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yes. Ray's saying, curious, why didn't D introduce researchable Mark IV Railjack components? Because it was supposed to be loot you get from Steel Path, rather than just a click this button to invalidate all of the farming prior to Steel Path. I say, if you want to keep it Steel Path exclusive, why not Steel Essence to Research and Crafting? That's still just an immediate invalidation of it. It's supposed to be loot you get from there, much like the Acolyte Arcanes, don't forget, are also Steel Path exclusive. Okay, yeah, you can trade for them. The better question then would be, why not make other Railjack components tradable, perhaps? But at the very least, the idea was at least evident to me on they want people to play the Steel Path missions rather than just immediately launch into, whoops, yep, I've already upgraded, just by virtue of being there. That said, I don't recall Mark IV weapons being a plan in the first place, so who knows, maybe D just didn't plan that far ahead. Who's to say, to be certain on that. But let's put these two aside for now. Actually, well, I'll put those two aside, but we're still going to go back to the helmet real quickly there, because I didn't mention the other bit. It's not just getting the ability there, but also this here, this ability that I have absolutely torn a strip out of for being pretty crap on Sirius and Orion. There's some interesting discourse going around with regards to, oh, but maybe it's actually good on other Warframes. And I can't verify that until I actually get a hold of it. I say maybe because the very thread this came up in on Reddit today was someone talking about how Jade Stars is an amazing ability just in general for being such an amazing weapon buffing ability. That person didn't know shit about what they were talking about. I could probably put that more nicely, but the truth is they included things like saying, oh yeah, it does more than the mod card, sorry, the ability card says. It gives the weapon an actual damage buff. It doesn't. That is so demonstrative demonstrably false. I'm not sure why anyone would claim it. Because you could just take any gun into the sim. Yo, Elsu, thank you very much for the 16 months of tier 2 support. Much appreciated. Thank you very much on the number go up there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ginger saying, don't like being that person, but I won the platinum giveaway last stream and it doesn't seem to have gone to my account. Alright, cool. So it means you won the giveaway but didn't hear what I said about the giveaway. The plat giveaway is handed out by D every 2 weeks, as they do it in batches. All platinum giveaways are supposed to be done through DE because, yeah, if I just handed you platinum, what's to tell the difference between that and real money trading? So DE are the ones who handed it out. It goes straight to your inbox in a 2-weekly batch. I can get an idea as to when that next batch is due, if I can just dig through my details on this side. When is that next batch due to go out? That would be July 8th. July 8th is the next batch. So yeah. Yeah, as with the Jade Stars here, one of the comparisons the person was making was like, oh, look at how much damage it's doing when they added it to their Hunter Munitions, etc., with no stacks, no galvanized, no nothing added on. It's like, yeah, if you take a bad build on a now very mid weapon and spam it into a cluster of static enemies, it's gonna look like it does a lot. Because the base stuff is just... Zom, do you have something to add on the matter? All good, Ginger Nut. All good. It's easy to miss the details, absolutely. But yeah. Excelsior being mid hurts. Yeah, that's the truth. Excelsior was always mid. A lot of people loved the shit out of it when it came out. Let's be real. When it came out, there was a lot of hype around it. And that was, I mean, it was an effective weapon. But things have seriously moved on since then. Like, seriously moved on. Point is, I've shown you guys the math with the Jade Stars ability. It ain't good. If you want, I can point out just how bad it is, because I created this lovely little spreadsheet of this. And I took the DPS of Tenora Prime. No one, I mean no one, is going to turn around and tell you that the Tenora Prime is legitimately a powerful weapon these days, because it never was. When it released, it wasn't a powerful weapon. It's just not. So as much as there's this build that exists for it, but the thing is with this build here is that it has numbers. And you know what I could do with numbers? Oh, I can crunch those numbers. So we can take the base values, we can account for the stacks and galvanized chamber and galvanized aptitude, assuming only 2 status types are relevant to this being active, despite the fact there's 4 innately here. Ignoring that this would put out so much status, well, we would probably get all 4 in short order, just taking the 2 status types. Taking the fire rate as listed here, when I bring all that together, the DPS on body shot is 80,752. Now if we then take that, we take that 80,000 body shot DPS, ignoring the fact that I could increase that about 6-fold on headshot, and more again if we account for the other status. 80,000 DPS, with the fire rate as noted here of 19.63, we put that up against the Jade Stars ability, which can only proc so fast. The effective damage buff then, per target in the AoE, depending on how big your AoE is, doesn't matter, it's just how many targets you can get in the AoE of Jade Stars. The peak damage buff it will provide will be 6% per target. That is, even with 10 targets in the area, that's actually rounded number, it's 5.6%. With 10 targets in the area, it would provide, at base value, at base strength, a 56% total damage buff compared to just the sheer body shot DPS of Tenora Prime with this status-focused build. Sustained, because of the sheer fire rate on it, this is going to fire faster than Jade Stars can contribute, and so sustained over the course of 3 seconds, the average buff drops to 26%. If 10 enemies are caught in the AoE. That's 2.6% of the DPS this is applying on body shot being applied to each enemy in the AoE. 2.6%. A 10% strength raw is 3% damage uplift. It is that diabolically bad. That diabolically bad. That even this weapon here completely eclipses the damage output that could be provided. Now, of course, yes, if you continue firing all of those Jade Stars, heat procs are going to stack up over time, absolutely. Spread across the many targets. With 100% strength, on a per target basis, that is a peak heat proc application of 4,500 per second. But that peak will be over in half a second. Over the course of 3 seconds, it drops down a lot. So suffice to say, Jade Stars is not a weapon buffing ability. But therein lies the curiosity. Whilst people are pointing out to this unfortunate person, and a few others going, oh yeah, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good for weapons. It's not. Jade Stars has a utility that I hadn't yet considered. Sorry, gang. A utility I had not considered. This doesn't just trigger on weapon attacks, it triggers on basically any damage you deal with your Warframe. So what about just generally damaging abilities? Turning every single hit from those generally damaging abilities into a semi-targeted AoE bomb fired at those targets. Now, given the way that ability damage fails to scale most days, that may have some potential. So that is why I'm curious to look into it to see, is there actually potential there, or is it yet more people going meh, 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 about numbers they don't really understand? Very possible. Is it better as a subsumed ability than as an innate ability? Maybe. I mean, it can't be much worse, is the honest answer. It can't be much worse. But it might be better. Let's pop you on the good old stuff. Can't be mad at the good old stuff. See the vision, put it on Rhino, use Stomp as DPS. I mean, you're not terribly far off there, Zom. You're not terribly far off because Rhino has Raw innately at full power. So, Raw bonused by strength, into Jade Stars bonused by strength, applying Heat procs bonused by strength, which is then bonused by Raw again, because serious proc damage, bonused by strength. That's not an impossible opportunity for scaling. The question is, does it actually go far enough before you start requiring silly stats to make it relevant? One other concern that was raised, though, is the potential that it may need to be nerfed. With all that I've said about the ability so far, the potential it may need to be nerfed because it is passive damage dealing. Passive damage dealers in Warframe are usually shit all for DPS. Set and forget things don't really do a lot, or come with serious drawbacks, such as, even with Zaku's stolen guns, you still need to stay alive because all of the guns are firing from exactly your spot, on line of sight enemies only, at a single target rate. But if it can become passive AoE damage without further interaction or risk, you start to see there might become a problem. If indeed that is how it works. But let's hand it over to Pontis Tower. Let's get to Pontis Tower 69 for obvious reasons. And let's see if we can make something of it. Jade Star's too weak to be an active power but too strong to be passive? Potentially yes, Gorilla. Potentially yes, because if you're active, you can actively shoot. And if you actually shoot, then you can shoot with your million DPS stuff rather than a 40k DPS waste of time. But if you are passive, the options for dealing damage without putting in effort are actually pretty low when you think about it. Especially as many things just turn off very quickly. This is why I say I'm going to need to get the upgrade to then test it out. There may be something there. There may be. Now I need to not go this way, I need to go this way. So we can start doing each of these missions. From Absolute Paradox, hello! Someone pointed me to your Elemental mod video last week, so wanted to catch Lisa's stream. Hey, welcome on in. Glad you enjoyed the video enough to pop by the stream as well. Alright, let's get the light switching over to green at the request there, bye. There we are. Let's pop in through the portal. And why am I going through the portal is because I'm set to solo and I would like to use my railjack, please. Board personal railjack solo. Let's go. Remix, say hello as a fledgling Lavos who has followed your videos to learn, struggling with the Cedo for single targets. Do you recommend Burston? First, Mirrorlade, thank you very much for the gifted sub over to Absolute Paradox. Much appreciated there. Absolute Paradox, you can enjoy a complete lack of adverts here too now. Absolutely. Yeah, Remick, when it comes to the Burston versus Cedo, I use the Burston Prime Incarnate. I need you to understand, if you don't already, that those are... Oh, is that... Oh, look, there they go! Ah, they're fighting already. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Burston Prime Incarnate is a massive upgrade over just Burston Prime, and is in itself a massive upgrade over Cedo and Cedo Prime. Because Incarnate weapons are just on a completely other level. Especially the Incarnate guns. Absolutely huge power in comparison. So, yeah, you can get plenty done with Cedo. You absolutely will. But it will be eclipsed by what Incarnates can do. It's just not even close. Oh, wait, no, hold on. There was 2 messages there. What are those 2 messages? Begin Steel Path or toggle difficulty. Yeah, we can do Steel Path. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I expected space to be a lot more empty. The hoppers have been filling it up with...
Oh, it's 2 AM where you are, is it, Paradox? Ah, that is a little bit rough, yes. That is about how I feel when certain American streams are popping up. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to be 7 PM Eastern time. Like, oh cool, midnight. Yeah, no, that's the...
needs a little excitement, and what's more exciting?
Oh, time zones.
Sport.
The problem of a spherical world.
Today we're going to find a
Did you get Scanner Incarnate? I mean, why not?
Then we're going
What's your reason to not get it?
Until he screams and screams.
Do you talk the characters to select your own railjack? No, you need to be solo. You go to where either Ryoku or Vena are, go through the portal, walk up to the console and press F. Like you would to access the Dark Refractory in your orbiter.
Don't let him see from where.
Oh shit. I'm just ripped out of the pilot seat. Okay. Guess we gotta deal with this proper.
Get me to my feet. I can kill a few more.
Okay, cool, right. Stuff happening very quickly there.
Intruders, but a disgusting mess. Wonderful.
I don't know why that is tactical, but okay. I'm just trying to
Task complete.
do the mission. There we go. Now we need to eliminate cruise ship. Where is cruise ship? There is cruise ship. Hi, cruise ship. Are you ready to be obliterated? Ah, this is a Steel Path one. I'm going to need to shoot it some more first. Let's just put all the DPS into it. Get this thing reasonably weak, and then I'll be certain the heavy artillery will actually take it out straight away. All the particle effects. How are you moving? I just used a shadow burst on you. Alright, that thing is not moving now. Might be a little unnecessary to go that much, but I've done it anyway. Will be faster solo with your own railjack or teams with the loner? Honestly, not sure at this point. Not sure at all. Hello there, Piano. Welcome on in. Alright, let's go intercept some cargo ships. Sorry if I do miss any messages throughout the mission. I have not got this down to second nature just yet, so it will take more of my attention than the average mission in the star chart. There we go, one dealt with.
Good. again.
You can't do that with the loner ships. Beat us ahead. That's close enough. That should hit. Bam, got it.
Look at that.
There we are. We're lined up for the next bit.
Predictable.
Do Railjet Corpus ships have a weak spot to shoot
Mark a
at?
course to that
They
waypoint.
do appear to have a weak spot. However, it
Look,
hasn't yet
look,
proved to be a
look.
perfect weak
Give
spot,
it a
no.
love dab with the forward artillery. Tell it to come out and play.
But it's not quite the same as Grenadier cruise ships where you can just insta-blap them every single time by going for the
Ryoku's
side.
Comet Shredder.
So long as you aren't,
This
you
is
know,
how he
blowing
supplies
up,
his
you haven't
units.
blown out the engine, that sort of
Steno,
thing.
prepare for boarding.
Alright, intercepting Comet Shredder. Let's go teleport aboard. Activate that, head to
Steno,
command console. Oops, mistimed when I could dash. I was just pressing it and nothing was happening because it wasn't ready yet.
Attackers! Keep them off my back. Cover me.
Alright, so
Steno.
we just need to kind of cover the area for a bit. It's a pretty quick breach.
No fair.
As I'm saying, according to Arbitrary, Citrine's 3 buffs Jade Stars and is 3/4 of a real build.
Keep
Huh.
fighting.
Buffs Jade Stars. I'm going to need to try and remember what that is. So, it improves the status chance? Is that what you're getting at? So it'll just apply a little bit more proccage? Oh, I've done that wrong. My bad. Wasn't paying enough attention now.
We're in full control. You know,
Status chance and duration. Alright, yeah. Ooh,
Here
Captain!
comes
Let's go,
the
Mother's a
head
Captain.
of
Hello.
the ship.
I'm invisible. You have no idea what's happening.
Dictator.
Sucker. I am no longer invisible. You still have no idea what's happening. Sucker. Hold on. Let's just put some more damage into this. Oh, my companion. Well, that's concerning. That's a lot of my fire rate. Oh, damage attenuation. There we
Was
go.
it good for you, Captain?
Alright, just need to eliminate opposition. Not entirely sure which opposition needs to be eliminated. Is it all of them? It is all of them. Okay. If any of my actions seem a little bit off the mission, I haven't done this one in a hot second. It's still a relatively new mission to me, and also not the best sleep last night, so brain is chugging today.
You grab me as
That's
many
how it
cryo
goes.
canisters as you can find.
Alright, cryo canisters. There's one below me, there's a few above. Let's go grab the above, because they're quicker to get to. Would you have to level up your Skarner for the Incarnate or no? I mean, you want a fully leveled weapon regardless, but you don't require it in order to attach the Incarnate, no. If anything, leveling up the Incarnate by stages will help you level the weapon as well. Just
Blood
as a thing.
infused Ice. Hard enough to penetrate the hull of Scoria's angel.
Not quite mirroring, no, not quite. Just go old brain Mark 1 keeping me up at night as usual. Oh, forgot I need to aim for things here to get more loot, and I definitely need the loot. Not my favorite interaction this bit. It is like, hey, let's take a railjack looking area that does nothing with your actual railjack. This is very odd gameplay, but well, it's a thing. Not sure how many ram sleds have missiles, but let's just skip that cutscene. Dash through all of this because we are Lavos, we don't care about the threats. Did I leave fog turned on? I don't remember it being this foggy. Hold on, actually. Volumetric fog quality disabled. This is fog disabled. Okay. Not quite enough object damage to hit that through there.
Vena, I thought you'd never come.
Make our way through all that. Was it volumetric fog? No, because I just opened up that setting. Let's just skip that cutscene as well. We don't need these cutscenes right now. Damage anything that can be damaged. Specifically this guy right here.
Could have been
Oh, hi. Bye. Follow the damage numbers. He's over here somewhere.
Now what would be the fun in that? Wait.
Nice eyeball. Unfortunately, gun. You have to wonder about the plan there. Gotta defeat the shadow clones, which is basically just shoot enemies until the game says otherwise. There we go, the game has said otherwise. Let's grab us a power cell. A yoinkage. And lob it at the thing. Boop. Good luck, everyone. Person doing bursting things? Oh, you know it. Alright then, where is the real ass? There he is, found by a companion, and oh my word, the DPS on that. Yeah.
Any last words before we make this hurt?
Throw power cells at mega coils. We okay. We now need to find another 3 power
I
cells.
have not even started.
Keep our health nice and healthy. Aha. Power cell number 1. Yoink. And yeet. Keep smacking around until we get thing 2. There it is. Yoink. And yeet. Oh, good, I fell. Gotta be a little bit more careful about that. Can't be feeding my Warframes into meat grinder now. Or scrap grinder, I guess. Where is that other power cell? Aha, detected. Excuse me? I clearly threw that in that direction. Ow. Okay, wow, that's cheating. It's not cheating, but I'm calling it cheating. Bad jump. Oh shit. Well, I double screwed that one. My bad, chat. My bad. Washed up. There we go. Yeah, I must have tried throwing it over the railing, but forgot that I'm short. Not a very effective way of playing the mission.
You fought well.
Yeah, I'm fun there, Vena.
Ryoku's crew will patch him up, but he
Okay.
will always know. Vena defeated him before the great and terrible Hanhao.
And we're done. Splendid. You still floating there? Yeah. Living a best life, you know. I have no control over my ability to move or look around now. We'll return to the railjack in 15 seconds. Never mind, we're going to return now. Yeah, still the most polished mode we've ever seen. Absolutely. Excuse me. But very nice. We do pick up 21 Crimson Talons. We do pick up a Wrath Blade Blueprint. Not that I really need that one, but there it is. I do pick up some credits, I guess. I should probably check as to where I am at, rewards-wise. Keep 6. Let's see. So, Sirius Orion blueprint. Does it say I already have 2 of the blueprints? Or 2 of the frame? I think that means 2 of the blueprints. Dare I say it says actually I have all of it, doesn't it? How many of these missions have I done? I've lost track. I know I've only done 1 here on stream today, but how many of these had I done before? Serious. I don't have the systems. I was looking at 2 slots for the chassis. Right, okay, was gonna say, yeah, I've got 2 of these blueprints, 2 of these, 1 of these, so it's still a notable amount. Let's get these 2 running, I suppose. Why I had to click that 6 times, I don't know. Okay. Doing well today. I definitely have it all together, chat. Not at all beginning to fall apart. We're fine. Right, now I need to head into the tower in order to be able to use my own railjack. So let's go do that. Quest gives you a copy of main blueprint. That'll be why. Do I have SNO subsumed? No, that is exactly what we're working towards, getting a copy that I can then subsume. Right, say, might want to check this out, Ken, got chills from it. Okay, that's actually 0 context. It's a good thing it's you, Ray, because otherwise that message would be deleted. Ah, Telecom teaser that came out 19 minutes ago. Thank you for the context. Right, now I know what we've actually got here. I suppose we can have a look at it. Seriously, Ray, you could not have seemed more like a spam bot right there. Just putting it out there, dude. Okie dokie. Let's get that up onto screen, shall we? First off, viewers are all about a context. You lot, huh? I will expressly say this is a you lot side, chat. The number of times people will go, hey, what do you think of... In what way? Certainly when it comes to cosmetics. It's me you're talking to. Or, did you see that bug? It's Warframe, so yes, but which one? Anyway. Let's get this up on here, shall we? This is what has been sent over by Ray.
They are finally on their way. Your relatives and my old friends.
Playing cards, okay. Lotus in hand. We'll have a look at that in a second. Another hand. Crouching Sentient. Another hand moment, I think.
Exciting, is it not?
Everybody is running from something.
Okay. Lots to unpack, not a lot that's obvious. Let's go through that. So we've got playing cards in obvious play here. King, Queen revealed, others face down. I cannot at a glance identify what is on the cards.
And my old friends.
Nope. No. You can't cut there. I was trying to see what was coming onto screen. Okay, so that is some kind of sentient chassis of what not able to say. So we've got clear burning effect on Lotus's hand here. But is that Lotus? Is that? We continue across the sentient corpse, more of the cards. I don't recognize the terrain. There we have a hand with an amp brace of some description, I'd say. Curved working table, microscope, I think, in the background there. Can't really put a lot together on this. Lotus in the cunning drift room unlured, that she was, yes. Not sure I can really piece together much of the other details here, I'll be honest. This is too teasery to me. That looks like there's been some kind of horrible spill from whatever was trying to stay alive and failed. Looking at the architecture for a second there, hold on. Do we recognize the architecture? I don't immediately recognize any of the architecture here whatsoever, to be honest with you. Nope. Murex, I can't say for certain, no. The light in there gives the idea of a large open space beyond it, but beyond that, honestly, a little hard to say. It has a Murex feel, maybe, but like, that's more just it's icky and shadowy. Yeah. That doesn't look like a Murex doorway, no. No, no idea on that. I'll be very honest with you. No idea on that. We then have... Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, the dropping of the faceplate when we've defeated the Dactylus there. Okay, so direct reference to that. Not sure whether it's with the blue. Oh, wait, that's just energy. Fair enough. We then have the follow-up here of holding on to... No, putting on. Putting on. Hold on. So if we've got Adis dropping a faceplate followed by unidentified humanoid character based on shape there, putting on a faceless faceplate. Adis frame? Or at the very least another sentient style frame? Dactylist frame? Hmm. Everybody is running from something. Okay. I mean, that's just a fact. Hmm. The face cards of the faces marked out on them? Okay. Yeah, I have nothing I can glean from that, unfortunately. We've got these little snippety bits and pieces here and there, but yeah, I can see that scratching out you're on about. Is that similar to the faceplate at the end? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That is similar to the faceplate. We can see the faceplate there. You've got that kind of like huge Dumbo ears kind of shape to it. And it spikes up in the central, almost corporate helmet eyeline. And if we have a look at the Queen card has that wide flap side to it. Plus spiky bits. So there is a possibility of that being related. It also could just be one of the executors. I don't memorize all of their appearances. Could key in off of that. At this point, I know basically nothing. I know nothing other than, yep, TennoCon is on its way. And weird things abound. No doubt, it's DE, that's what they do. Weird things abound. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much there, Ray, for sharing that. Now we have that under our belt. What it means, we will find out in due time. And not a minute sooner. Not a minute sooner. Make sure to include context next time. At the very least, don't just drop a link like, hey, click this. Because that is what basically every single compromised account ever does. They go, hey, friend of mine, definitely. We're on friends list, friend of mine. Here is link, please click. Concept art revealed a Corvex Deluxe. I will leave that to people who fashion frame. I was questioned earlier by someone off stream as to why I don't use the deluxe skin or whatever skin it is for Lavos. That's because I like my Lavos. I'm good. I don't need to keep chasing appearances. I'm happy. I am the worst person when it comes to being a consumer because I don't consume that way. Yes. Right, background music back on before it starts to get too weird for people. I know some people get weirded out about it. Let us head on into more of this, shall we? Unless I have enough currency. Do not care. I probably don't, but let's question it.
Let them fight in the maelstrom.
Is this the thing like, the whole, what's it, in Cetus you'd see floating people. It was something to do with if they'd unlocked a certain mode or whatnot. I wonder if this is related to that. Whilst we have a think about that. Thank you very much there. What's that? Oh, that's Dom! I remember the name now. Yes, I was about to sort of like, how do I pronounce this? No, we discussed this. Dom! Thank you very much there for dropping 10 subs to the community. That's gone out to Thoth, to Shadowstorm, to Blade Prime, to Synthrill, Synth3, there's no L there, to Padrarex, to Jacoa, to Shiny Dazzle, to Peacemaker Wolf, Night Owl IRL, and Lucid Oblivion. Much appreciated there, Dom. Much appreciated. This is someone who is a Legendary 6 and an Heirloom supporter. They are definitely not behind me in terms of progression, so I have no idea why some people are floaty. No idea why floaty.
There are children here.
I'm saying, look, you remembered. Not a problem. Much appreciated your content. Why take advantage of the current sub sale? I mean, that is exactly the time to do it. Absolutely. You get sub sale? Why not make good use of it? Thank you very much for choosing to use it over here.
My legacy.
Alright, yeah, I'm up on a fair chunk of these. Bear in mind, D did give out a fair chunk of both of those currencies. What with the whole day one shenanigans. But it does mean I can pick up a systems whenever I choose to do so. Question is what else I spend these on? This arcane costing 15 per instead of 10 per like the others, fairly certain that's a bug. It's unlikely to be intended to have a same rarity arcane with a different price in the same shop like this. That's just weird. But because those arcanes are indeed 10 or 15 a piece, I'm going to need more than a couple of them, so this currency is not to be thrown around. I will keep fishing for the 1 in 7 drop rates on this instead.
Already?
Yep, I will keep fishing. Don't roll sideways, I didn't mean to press that key combo. That's my bad. Skill issue.
I don't grow with faint hearts.
Okay. Let us... hello. Thank you. Let us board this. And continue once again. Hello there, Bob. Alrighty. As I say, Hunhouse Dimension Dialogue hits you, fortunate enough to never really witness that firsthand. Yeah, been there, done that twice. Not looking forward to number 3. It's pretty much inevitable knowing my family, the history. Not looking forward to number 3. 1 and 2 was bad enough. Enough about that. Let's move into the asteroid field and take on what this mission has to demand of us.
Ryoku desires a challenge
Alright,
to
destroy
face all
fighters. Pew!
I desire blood.
Fire Z missiles.
We will
Approach security
slice
tower,
up
which is
his
going to cause
operation.
boarding.
Then we
It's
will
very
put down
jarring
Yaiba
boarding, but it is boarding nonetheless.
Take out those security nodes.
Ah.
Ryoku already knows we're coming. Don't let him
That's
see from
all
where.
dealt with. Ooh, a little bit of weirdy schminniness there, but it's
We've been
fine.
breached. Corpus units.
Well,
The expensive ones.
we've got a electrical fault. I heard my crewmate can fix that nice and quickly, please.
All clear. Crew,
That is
back to your
completely
stations.
dealt with. Let's do a cruise ship. Now, last time I fully shot its hit points down before firing this. Let's see. We go for the previously indicated weak spots on the top, if it can just pop. I don't think this will, but I'm going to try anyway. It's only level 107. Yeah, no. But thankfully it did do quite a chunk of damage. Let's try with this now. Basically no damage because of the shield gate. That was unfortunate. There we go. Okay. Yeah, shield gate is very, 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 very strong on these. You kind of hope that the shield gate wouldn't apply to such a weapon, but well, that's not how it works. Alright, we got a cargo ship somewhere over this way.
Blast their cargo, but leave the ships intact.
I should be able to land a shot from here. Okay, that was actually really badly aimed. I'm surprised that did any damage at all to the target. Of course, they're moving quite quickly. That's what threw me off. There's quite the speed on them.
Destroyed. Pilot panic will be setting in soon.
The way they just ended Hun Hao's Teshin story, actually. I mean, Teshin's story has both ended and not ended. Hun Hao's, however, yeah. With Hun Hao, it's not so much that it ended. For me, the bit that seems weird is that Hun Hao was
Predictable fools.
seemingly certain. Like, Hun Hao expressed there was no certainty, but acted very, very certain
Predicted. They fled
what they were going to do was going to be accepted by the Void.
Hit it with the forward artillery.
That they could just
See what's
offer memories in exchange for this idealized sanctuary and
well,
an end of the issue in Cycle.
Ryoku's Comet Shredder.
Certainly seemed
This is how he's supplying his units. Tenno, prepare for
a little too convenient, almost. The thing with ineffable eldritch entities is that you can't understand them. Can't predict them. I seemed pretty able to predict what was going on there.
Be kind and put these worthless mercs out of their misery. Before I do.
Alright, let's obliterate what we can here.
Tenno, on me. Tell those bloodbags to shut up. I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, what
There
have
we are, it's about to crack.
here? It's our house now. Unlock every door they have.
Unlocked. There we go. Let's go down to the next level.
Ryoku,
Or up, I should say.
what was yours is now ours.
I'm going to say, right, I forget the ship's turrets seem to have 10 grade shield gates.
What do we
Yeah.
have here? Ship's captain?
They have very good shield
Finally,
gating.
a challenge.
I'm going to stop firing for a moment. I was doing like 3k hits there. I stopped firing and it's like 9k hits. Yeah, this guy's attenuated. Ah, well. I thought he was. I thought it wasn't just like absurdly tanky.
Was it
But
good for
yeah,
you, Captain?
that confirmed it. He's attenuated. It's not the end of the world. It just... you feel the bullet sponge a bit. Oh, apparently touching that is an out-of-bounds zone. Yep. It's a little
You.
overzealous, but it's
Grab
there.
me as many cryo canisters as you can find.
Let's grab these. One.
I got a little project of my own.
Who is over here? Yes, it is. 2. And 3. Can I detect 1? Oh, that's out of the way. Probably could just follow the arrow on my screen, can't I? Hello, 03JUL26. Welcome on in.
Look! Everything we need to make those ram sleds pierce a capital ship.
Skindle say, How took Lotus's repercussions going through the void as exactly what he'd go through also for sure. Yeah. Like, he did express that there was some level of uncertainty to it, but... for such a Hail Mary, he certainly sent it. Yeah. Fair enough, 03JUL26. Fair enough. Piano saying there's a little bit of cool structure with the void previously robbing Hun Hao of his ability to have a proper family. Using it to grant another family peace. I mean, it's
I've had
poetic.
nights.
Yes. To have the thing that took away one be able to enable another. It is poetic. But considering just how malicious the void appears, and certainly is with regards to
Hello? Anybody home?
Sirius and Orion, there's just an uncomfortable level of certainty to the action.
Heads
That's
shot
all.
with mag coils. Find them and scrap them.
Vena, I thought you'd never come.
Gonna go through every single laser grid, don't care, I'm Lavos. Skip that.
Come now,
Re-up
Ryoku.
our status
Let's give
choice from Vela's
old
formation.
Vena a grand finale.
Try not to die to that slash, because that is a lot of slash proc.
You
Where's an
fight
energy orb when you
only
need
for
one?
The thrill. It blinds you, makes you weak.
I do love it when people tell me that Lavos always has access to his passive. Like, situations like this never occur. Alright. We just gotta shoot shadow clones until the game says otherwise. Eventually... there'll be a shadow that drops a thing. There we go. And we chuck that into there. On goes the Magnetron thingamity-bobbity-bob. There we go. We now need to work our way through to the correct Ryoku. There he is. Immolate. Immolated. That stage always seems easier to immolate, but it works.
Before we make this hurt.
Last words. I have not even started.
Zooks to say, I heard that so much when I finally looked at levels saw the energy part, I was quite confused to how that could detriment always. Yeah. Yeah. I've come to learn that people who act like Lavos' passive isn't always on thing are either measuring him up against high density survival only, which is not how Warframe works, or they actually just don't play him. They'll tell you they have, but they don't. You take any recording of Lavos gameplay, pretty much any recording of it, and have a look to see at the passive uptime. The fact that people will occasionally ask me what are those stripes coming off of Lavos shows that it's not permanent uptime, because otherwise they wouldn't need to ask, it'll always be there. Oh yeah, out of the two of Ryoku and Vena, Vena is definitely the much smarter when it comes to this pair of fights. She's involved every step of the way and shows some good tactical choices, whilst Ryoku does not.
You fought well.
Well,
You did fight with honor, didn't you? Heal up, big boy.
there we go. And now we have 15 seconds of being unable to move whilst we wait for the mission to end. From Mirrorlave say they still don't know which they prefer, playing the mission solo or in a team. It's nice having your own railjack, but the railjack portion of the mission doesn't amount to all that much. I get you on that, I get you. In terms of running in a team, I can do this enough solo that I don't need a team for it, so I'm fine on that side of things. And having my own railjack certainly makes it feel a bit nicer. Also, systems! Well, that was convenient, wasn't it? Let's get out of here and build that as well. Hello, Jaheem. Welcome on in. Let's grab that then. Boop. Right then. Now, it's going to take 12 hours load to build. Or is it? Yoink. 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 Thank you very much. That's 75 down. Now we pop in this one. Now we're 125 down, but I have it immediately, and that's still cheaper than buying the frame outright. Which allows me to grab that one, and we can immediately go ahead and subsume it. Still cheaper than buying it outright. Gotta feed the hungry boy a moment. Let's give you some of that. Let's give you some, we got a bunch of Tekok chitin going around. 7 a bile sack, why not? There you are. Nom noms. Subsume the frame, this is the correct one. Yep, 0 former. Confirm. There we go. Default colors because, go for it. Alright then. Hello there, Green. I'm doing well today. Hope you're doing well yourself. Am I liking the new frame? Now that I really understand what their role is, they are more appreciable. Yes. And let us indeed rush this for another 50. 175 total plat spent to get that straight away for testing. Worth it. Worth it. And just out of curiosity, in the filters, where do they come up? We go for these two. So, damage. Crowd control. Support. Good. Okay. Survival? And stealth. Good. If they showed up under stealth, I'd be like, what? Okay, so they appear under damage. They don't appear under crowd control. They do appear under support. They don't appear under survival. Well, no wonder people don't understand the frame. No wonder. So, we're going to tell me that a 75% damage reduction ability on top of a damage evasion double decoy ability is not a form of survival? And you want to tell me that one of the longest lasting crowd control abilities in the game, with extendable duration, with unlimited enemy cap on a manageable radius, is not a crowd control feature? We really want to tell me that? I'm not believing that one. King of Goblins, thank you very much for jumping your prime here. Much appreciated. Up onto 13 months of support. Cheers for that. Oh. Cheers indeed. Damage makes sense. I'm actually going to contest even the damage one at this point. I'm genuinely going to contest even the damage one. Do they come first in the support? I have them favorited at the moment, so wherever they pop up is because I've got favorited frames. It's my only favorited support frame according to this. That's all. So, with Sirius and Orion, their fourth ability, Celestial Clash, base damage 10,000, scales up in ways that we know that scales up. Yeah. You get access to it to its ultimate level only after casting 7 other abilities, and then with an extra condition as to rotating between the suns at least every second ability. And then having cast that ability, you are locked into the ability, as in you can't do anything else other than fly, blink, and damage, or you can uncast it and miss out on the remaining charges. With the damage on it, it scales up to the point that it actually deals considerable damage, because let's face it, 10,000 sounds fun. Until we remember that other weapons just absolutely dunk on the idea of 10,000. Shotties especially, but just DPS in general will tear through it. But if you don't like sitting on the idea of just, oh, well, it feels bad, well, have I got news for you. I did the math. Fair warning, I've done the math on a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet means that it's going to be a little bit on the bright side. So if you are in a dark area and you've got your phone right up to your face, now's the time to move it back. It's about to be bright. You can see on the camera here just how bright it's about to be. Alright, so for those of you who have me on visual only mode and no audio, get screwed. It's about time we have a look at this other screen. This is a spreadsheet I put together. So what we have on the right hand side here is just a simple array which has allowed me to check the EHP values for the setup I needed, and I have found all of the individual breakpoints which are relevant to us here. What I have looked at is the unmodded damage that you can get out of Celestial Clash, the amount of damage you can get with 169% strength, and the amount you can get with 229. The reason I've chosen those two strength values is that 169 is what I've got as a convenient breakpoint reaching strength on one of the build setups. So the breakpoint is 167% strength, both for covering the defense reduction with corrosive projection, and for hitting the minimum max of 75% damage reduction on Sanctuary. So 169 is important for that. 229 is replacing the 30% from Intensify with a Precision Intensify, so we get effectively another 60% strength into the 4 there. So yeah, that's the reason for these breakpoints. And how about the rest of all the detail that's going on here? We have the damage, including on low crits, that is, if you got 50% crit chance, it didn't roll the 50. Bad luck. And we have high crit for when it does roll that, giving you the damage bonus. Orange in the background? Sure thing. And I've done that for the middle strength and higher strength setups. What level of Elite Lancer, a very basic unit Elite Lancers, what level of Elite Lancer does this ability kill on each of those clashes? For those of you who need a reminder as to what Elite Lancer is, it is quite literally these basic units. You know, you see them in trailers, you see them in basically every single Grenadier mission above like level 15, they are all over the place, they account for the majority of basic Grenadier units you face. They're not weak, they're not butchers, but they're also nothing compared to a Bombard, a Heavy Gunner, a Nox. They are staunchly basic units, okay? With the unmodded setup, the first clash has enough damage on it to kill level 55 to 68 Elite Lancers. That relatively small level range of just plus 13 is double damage and therefore double the effective hit points it can deal with. And I'm measuring that based on a corrosive projection being involved as well. So we're reducing their armor a bit from corrosive projection, not fully removing it because you can't use Orion's 1 whilst you're in your 4, and you're certainly not going to set up every single enemy with it. So just corrosive projection once is the benchmark for armor removal here. Level 55 to 68 are taken out on first clash. Level 73 Elite Lancers will be one-shot by the second clash. Then it's 76 to 83, level 93 on the fourth clash, level 109 to 162 on the fifth, level 204 on the sixth, and as high as level 337 Elite Lancers will be one-shot by the seventh and final clash of an unmodded Celestial Clash. This is assuming you get the high crit, this is assuming you are constantly hitting the correct side of whichever brother is the one to get the damage bonus. Level 337. But you might notice I have this other column here that is empty, just a bunch of dashes. You see, this is normal mode. On Steel Path, you never, with an unmodded setup, no other conditions involved, you never actually have enough to one-shot them. At level 101 Steel Path, the lowest possible spawn of any Steel Path unit on normal Star Chart staff, level 101, they spawn with over 1 million effective hit points. Corrosive projection brings that down to 601,000 effective hit points. That is still more than the 575,000 of the high crit of the unmodded Celestial Clash. When we go into more modding for strength, so if we go the 169%, we can start to kill Elite Lancers only on the last two clashes, up to level 118 on the 6th clash, up to level 196 if you get lucky on the crit on the 7th clash. And finally, with the higher strength setup of the two that seem to be reliable builds for me, again, it clears through them on the 5th clash, 6th and 7th, although the 5th has a 50-50 of being able to actually one-shot. Are there any abilities that kill Steel Path Grenadier modded? Yes. Point is, though, is that these damage values These are the damage values that you reach on having set up the ability multiple times over, and then getting to fighting with the ability, which you then use multiple times over. It is step upon step upon step to get to that point. A lot of energy being spent as well, and once you've done all of that, it is still a LOS ability. And within that line of sight, you need to have them in range to take them out. And these are basic Grenadier units. Not the heavy gunners, not the bombards, not any of the rest of that. Multiple sets of conditions, multiple stages of setup to get to this damage output, which is restricted by line of sight. So, it does do damage, but if you're on Steel Path, even with decent strength modding, most of the clashes aren't actually doing enough to matter to anything. That is the conclusion I can bring you here. And again, this is using corrosive projection on the frame to bring down their armor, effectively doubling your damage against armored units at that point. Near enough doubling. It still doesn't. Do enemies or their ragdolls block damage to other enemies? Hard to say. Hard to say, especially with the way that Sirius and Orion dash around with their Celestial Clash. It's quite hard to place these sort of things. But yeah. And Steel Path 4 it's a great way to move around. You can indeed buff these features again by bringing Roar along. That will push out the thresholds a little bit further again. Don't forget, because of the way that enemy health scales, pushing out those curves doesn't do crazy changes for you on lower damage profiles. When it comes to further people in the squad with additional corrosive projections, yeah, that'll make this more likely to be lethal against armored units again, but then that affects all other abilities as well. Not to mention your guns and just general output. If we start invoking having teammates with specific mods or specific setups involved, well, there's some very powerful existing setups out there that aren't line of sight restricted. So yeah, will this be made into a video on YouTube? Yes. Yeah, I am in the process of making a Sirius and Ryan guide. I know I've not been fast on it. Part of that was waiting for DE to finish developing the frame. Part of that is my own just not getting it done quickly, I'll be honest. Simply that. So, point is that it does deal a whole bunch of damage, and with the right circumstances, it can apply that damage, and with the right build, it can apply that damage to a lethal extent against Steel Path basic Grenadier units. This is the only damaging ability of note on the entire Warframe. The only one, which requires 7 casts, plus an 8th cast, plus then 7 clashes to get up to those points. That's a lot. That is a lot. And granted, that is also the same kind of shenanigans that Uriel has to go through, but Uriel doesn't need to deal with the issues of line of sight. Uriel is a set and release kind of ability with the 4, so you can continue to just get on with things whilst the 4 is charged. I have my own reservations with Uriel, especially with the other abilities being, well, lackluster in comparison. But it does mean that whilst Uriel is much more of a damage first frame, I honestly say putting Sirius and Ryan onto damage based is mis-selling them. It's setting people's expectations where they don't belong. They deal damage, they can deal a bunch of damage, and it's just that one ability, awkwardly. But they have crowd control, and it's honestly a pretty good crowd control. In fact, they've got multiple forms of crowd control when you think about it. I'm glad they are listed under support, but they should also be listed under survival. I mean, how many frames have a giant aura of, if you're within this aura, I will revive you? How many frames have, if you're within this giant aura, mirror defense objective, you will take 3/4 less damage? Hmm? So yeah. Now that I understand properly what Sirius and Ryan's roles are, given the abilities they have been given, I can see their use cases. They are fundamentally Oberon with a better ult. Is my honest take on it. They are fundamentally Oberon with a better ult. Prove me wrong. Let's say it sounds like do the ancient ritual into a full moon while Mercury's retrograde, blah blah blah. To their credit, they can get their damage done. It's just, like I say, it's so many steps to get to that damage. Rachel Ruby saying, it's funny you say that because Oberon with J Stars over 4 feels really nice. Now that is the next bit that I wanted to have a look at here today. Although not specifically Oberon, but we may get to that one. Banshee. We do love meddling with Banshee, don't we? What with these 4 Towel Forge Strength Shards on here, just throwing an extra 60% in, why not? Banshee. Yeah, I thought Mirai would have a smile to share with us on this moment. Let's see, which one of these do we grab? Let's take the Defense Blapper here. So this Defense Blapper was using Raw. But let's not use Raw. I'm going to remove that from this build. I am curious as to the effectiveness of Jade Stars in its place. I need to once again feed this absolute bottomless pit of material. Let's see, what do I feed to you to keep you happy? Rubido, Stellar, I've got plenty. I need that for other stuff. I've got plenty of it, but I need it for other stuff. You can take the Null Stones, you can take the Eurodite. What about over here? Entrati Lanthorns? Yeah, no one needs those. Comms. Just have it. Let's see, Lure Thraxplasm. Don't even know what it's for at this point. Mutagen Samples. Nom away. I don't know if I've hurt enough people yet, so let's go ahead and throw in some Sunlight Thresh Cones. Yeah, got plenty of those. Hey there. Alright. Let's put this over Sonic Boom on the Defense Blapper. Very nice. Thank you very much, Clover, for getting that stuck in my head yesterday. And with this has a precision intensify setup because of the damage boost they put onto that. But I wonder if we may go down a different road here. Let's go instead with a simple intensify. Let's remove Resonating Quake. Yeah, no, I'm getting weird. Let's remove Resonating Quake for a moment. And let's see if I can bring my duration back up, because that at the moment is kind of slightly, moderately, horribly struggling. Let's see. We've already got various bits on here. We haven't got Prime Continuity, and I haven't really got good room for it. Oh, there we go. That fits. Cool. Good. That's going to make that last almost twice as long now. That's better. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what happens with this, honestly. I've not got the highest range on this setup, because to go any higher would require overextended. That would eat into our strength, not to mention take a slot. I could fit it over Augur Reach, but then it's even less of a benefit for the strength cost. I don't know if that works out in my favor just yet, so we're just going to roll with this. We are just going to roll with this. Drain is pretty expensive. We'll see how that all comes together. We'll see. To even help myself on that, I can bring a tome. I don't often do this, I know. Universal Orb, ability strength. We'll just roll with it. Too much thinking isn't good for you. That's all. Concentration could be a good one for Steadfast. You know what? You're not wrong on that. Let's just roll with this at the moment. Let's not overthink it. Let's just go. Okay. So let's head on over to Saturn here. Normal mode on just good old clean solo. I just want to get a feel for what happens. How's Jade Stars looking for Banshee? I literally just put it on there. Let's find out.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Start the energy income now. I have no starting energy on this build for some reason, so we're just going to suffer this for a moment. Ah, sod it. There we go. I don't want to wait forever. Okay, so we activate this, and then we activate this and see what happens. Because apparently it can hit enemies through walls. Yeah. As soon as they get in range, it fires these shots. They go through walls. Okay. Alright, I mean, if it's going to waste my time, I'll just, just recast that and get ready to resume. There we are. Because that means I can just kind of stretch. And don't forget that it doesn't just hit the target it hits in an AoE around that target. So if you get cluster of enemies together, it basically multi-hits. And I've not set this up as an efficient build yet. I could go for an efficient build on this. That would work. Really extend the energy on this. And this is multi-hitting once the targets get in range, so like, yep, okay. Yeah, we can optimize this. We can optimize this. That was 3 waves in 1 minute 48, including actually getting started. We can optimize this. Okay, yeah. I have an unread message in my inbox. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you... Miralabe! Why? How did I know you were going to do this? How did I know you were going to wait for me to finish farming it and then gift it to me? Miralabe! You've not only let me waste my plat, you've also wasted your own on... Yeah. You don't know why it came so late? Oh yeah, no. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Interestingly, actually, now that you say that, that timestamp is... What is that, UTC? Because, yeah. It said it's been my last mission? Interesting, interesting, okay. DE. That was 20 minutes ago. Welp. Never mind. Someone send an angry tweet to Zach on Twitter. No, don't. Alright, so let's do some work on this one. The defense blapper was my least favorite of the 2 blappers anyway, so let's break this. We're going to take off Transient Fortitude for now, because I'm going to need to put on some fleeting expertise. We don't need an equilibrium for this one. We're going to want to have a streamline on here. Come to think of it, that fleeting expertise is the wrong one. We want this one, do we not? That one now has Drain Protector 3. Yep. There we go. That's some good stuff right there. We still have plenty of strength and range. We have got more capacity to play with at this point. Is that worthwhile to us anywhere on the setup? We kind of need all the rest of the stats as they are. Although, yeah, we can drop a little bit of range again. This might be a bad idea to fit in preparation over here. Is this where I want all of this to be? Do I want more strength or more range at this point? So I could drop 30% strength to get, what's that, 15% more range. I don't think that's worthwhile. We're not going to be using Arcane Steadfast anymore. Energize I'll keep just as a matter of course, but yeah. And I'll instead get Concentration in here. If I do things right on that, I can get further value from it. Did something in the build qualify for creating an object? I don't think anything here qualifies for it. I'm going to double check on that, but I don't think those stars count. No. Arcane Sculptor. Valid objects that activate the arcane are as follows. Let's see. So under Banshee, there is literally nothing. And under Sirius and Orion, Orion's Astral Shell qualifies, but we don't have that. So no. No qualify. No. But yeah, we could go with the preparation, which means we'll be going in with a lovely 755.2 energy. Yes. We've got the Arcane Concentration, so I can make this last that bit longer. And, yeah, this drains 3 energy per second. This costs 12.5 to cast. I could even put it out to silence and not even worry about it. Also, you see how that is max energy? This is why you don't max rank preparation. There is no point to max ranking preparation. Because you have some starting energy. So, that extra 18% is just a waste. You're just burning up your builds. So don't do it. Right. This will do pretty much everything that we need to do at this point. I didn't even use the Grimoire last time. Certainly not going to be using it this time. We got Xeneric for even more strength. Majuro will be better, but I'm lazy. Okay. Let's, you know what, let's step it up from Helene. Helene's the easier one. Let's go to Hydron and see what happens. Now that this is extra efficient, I can just set and forget, right? So, what will happen?
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
That gives us the extra strength. Do that for the concentration, into casting that. And yeah, it's been fun, chat. It's been fun. Just, maybe I'm gonna go stick the kettle on. Let's see, how we doing? Oh, wave 2. Excellent, cool. Yeah, gotta wait for the kettle to boil. Oh, looks like I'm about to have an ability run out. Sorry, let me fix that real quick. Bop, and back to it. Cool. Oh! Gods. Live updated for energy. We're already at maximum efficiency anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm entirely doing the concentration so that the first ability, the Jade Stars, just lasts as long as possible here. And that's why I cast the Sonar for it. The Sonar triggers concentration into casting the one. Oh yeah. This is completely nil effort. There is an Xmas that spawned, and it's dying, and it's dead. Yeah. Hi guys, welcome on in. Jade Star's better. It's certainly doing something here, isn't it? I'm gonna dip out of that one, just see how long that took. Yeah, that was actually 2 minutes of not even trying. Oh dear. Can you prop Blight from Red Veil so you can get energy back and max energy? Asks Miralabe. That is a terrifying thought, but also probably no, because don't you need the affinity to go to the weapon? Didn't even trigger the AFK timer? I was too quick to trigger it. It was too quick to trigger it. Duplex Bond on the companion. Oh, you guys are getting dirtier than me. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Hold on. Wait, before we continue this, chat. Before we continue this, I just need to check the Creator Code of Conduct. One moment. because now we've got proof of concept. I need to make sure where I'm going with this. One moment. Let's see. Where's the link to this? And I'm being genuine. I am actually checking this. One moment. There's the links. Well, nothing coming up against this one. Excellent. Let's continue. All right then. Yeah, I'm fairly certain we are straddling the line here. Gaz, maybe we are stepping actually over the line. I'm not entirely certain on this one. I do feel that this needed testing to see if people were overselling it. They're not. They are not, so this is probably certainly going to get nerfed, unfortunately. It's a bad ability on Sirius and Orion, and it's good elsewhere. That's not the combo we needed. That is not the combo we wanted, but it is the combo we've got. On normal path, you don't even need the Jade Stars to do that. On normal path, the enemies do still have enough hit points that you can't just sit down Soundquake and have it kill like that. That 428 damage per second before their armor is not enough. Let me see. So, for example, an Elite Lancer there. Elite Lancer at level, was it 30? They have health of 2,984, effective hit points when you account for the armor of 5k. Even armor stripped, with about 3,000 health. That's going to take, what, like 8 seconds for Soundquake to kill one of those. Now, granted, it's attacking all of them at once in the area, but it still takes time there. But we add on this.
For some reason, the last one didn't go through. Veil, another month. Cheers.
Yo! Chocodika, thank you very much for the Prime now. Get back to you in just 1 second there. So yeah, with the Jade Stars, it's adding on not only 1,070 damage, but also at least 2, if not 3 heat procs. And it has an AoE component, which means that if there are multiple enemies in that spot, they'll all get hit by it. But also they'll be hitting each other with their respective Jade Stars, sending it even further. So there's just a substantial damage increase on top of what Soundquake is capable of. And considering that Resonating Quake has some serious fall-off issues, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. That's actually kind of a big deal. But yeah, Chucky, for some reason the last one didn't go through. Oh. That is odd. Not sure which one that was, but yeah, that is odd. All the same, thank you very much for continued support on the channel. Up onto 16 months. Much appreciated. EDUA C1 Section 4. Okay, you know what? Let's have a read of that. That, once called out, must be referenced and considered. It said C14. Yeah. Oh, not that. So it's not a promotion of an exploit. This isn't an exploit. This is using stuff as designed, so it doesn't fall under that. Hold on. Sorry, chat. This is important EULA stuff at this point. Must be for that. No. Right. Don't do... Mm-hmm. 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 You know what? I'm not seeing it. Guys saying they called CLS's farming project an exploit. Did they? Where was that, Gaz? Where's that claim from DE? Because I don't remember seeing that. Any information related to cheat hacks, exploits, bugs, third-party programs, including links to any of the foregoing. Nope. Not cheating. It's not hacking. Exploit. We're not using an issue. An employee leaked it. They said it in the dev shorts too. They said it. They said it was an exploit. Alright, let's grab the dev short. We're on a hunt for this, chat. Because this is very presciently relevant, so... For the sake of doing things right, we're going to go ahead and do things right. Dev short, Warframe. It's going to be their most recent one. I don't often bring up their dev shorts, but hey, it's relevant and important.
We're back in.
We definitely do not need the chat replay, so let's close that off to the side. Thank you very much. How do I... Whatever. Okay, chat. Let's have ganders at this, shall we? Let's just see... We're in here.
Oh, are we... Is this it?
We're live. Megan is our biological timer today. Megan's here to hold the timer. We're live.
We're just going to play back speed of this at 2 times speed.
Welcome to Dev Short, everyone. Well, actually, this is a great time to talk about that because are you guys gonna do it while I'm gone?
I think we should.
It should be the two of you. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I need to start the timer.
So, okay. Hold on. Okay, we're live.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. For 15 minutes only, we're going to talk to you about the latest happenings in Warframe and Soulframe as we get very close to 10 o'clock. Here we go. Start. 15 minutes. This is our last Dev Short.
Top comments, Steve isn't late for
You
once.
missed this cliff back. They'll be back. Not on drops, but they'll be back in game at some point. Don't worry about
I actually brought
it.
some homework for you guys. What do you notice about this graph? Please review. Please review.
Looks like they're sharp.
Sometimes we going up. Okay, so economy balance,
Oh.
unpopular decisions, and why this impacts you if you were using Railjack to farm.
Yep, economy
steel
balance,
essence.
yep.
We added it because that's where you get steel essence, you get it in steel path missions. We added steel path railjack. All of this did not go well for us, just due to our last minute decision making to try and put something together that fit the bill for steel path railjack. And the reason, as you can see here, I also tweeted this, but you can we'll post it as well after on social. There is an economy and a self-control grind tolerance that we kind of need to be accepting of in our own healthy grind tolerances. We don't want to give you something that you can essentially burn yourself out on in a way that is too far. So this graph is the steel essence gains after the steel path railjack launched, as it relates to the rest of the game in the quantities that are sort of the established economy baseline that we balance against. And it went almost 4 times higher than everything else in the game, which is not good for the economy that we balance around.
Yeah,
so we put in measures today.
Up.
Is this the last of it? Right now, the topics went out, what, like 2 hours ago?
Yeah, 11:30.
Yes, so this is purely my fault. I'm so sorry. Everything is in the framework of game health, economy health, balancing.
We've actually told Rebecca not to come to TennoCon this year due to this.
I won't be there.
We're making some changes.
I've been benched.
Yeah, I mean, you make some tuning, you overshoot a bit, you have to find the sweet spot.
Yes,
if you were grinding that hard, I'm sorry about that, but
We're letting you keep it. We're not.
Yeah, of course.
Like keep your steel essence. But yeah, it was a scary up.
Yes.
Hold up. There we go. Okay. Speed down.
Of course.
Like keep your steel essence. But yeah, it was a scary up.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not doing anything.
that hard. I'm sorry about that, but
We're letting you keep it. We're not.
Yeah,
we're not
of course,
touching
of course.
anything, Like keep your.
I'd say, why would you say that if it wasn't being considered? Because other people would start saying, oh, are they going to take it away? Like, that's one of the first questions people have when things like this get so suddenly changed and the method revoked is, oh, are they going to take it away? Was it considered too much that we can't even have it? That is what a lot of games will do in such circumstances. Someone saying they're not going to do something is not them saying, oh, I was going to, but your opinion made me have to hold myself back. No. So, them saying we're not going to take it away Is not them saying, yeah, we were going to, but decided to let you have it. That's a very aggressive take on the opposite of what someone is saying. And I'm not going to read that into it.
Keep your steel essence, but yeah, it was a scary up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
not only was it a scary up, as they say, but that graph didn't show any sign of tapering off. Let's not miss that either, chat. There was no sign of that graph tapering off. That was pretty much a straight line up as more and more people were engaging with that particular farm. So give it a month, give it 2 months. How much further will it go? That is a very understandable reaction from them, going, oh, okay, no, that needs addressing.
It's a danger zone. It's like high cholesterol in a blood test. Like if this is the steel essence economy blood test, this is like a marker or a notifier that the cholesterol.
Cheerios.
You need Cheerios.
Yeah.
So we might have.
Is that the good cholesterol or the bad cholesterol?
Cheerios are the good cholesterol.
Yeah. You have high cholesterol.
Is there like an HDL
speed
or
this up
HD?
again.
HGCL, I think is the good one.
HTML.
Chat,
I'm
what's
not
the good
great with
cholesterol?
waffles.
Anyway, all that to say, if you're going to clip now, it was too high. As of today, it's been changed. And like the DE method always is, we will take a look again after TennoCon though, because we have 9 days and 20 hours until TennoCon, and that is going to dominate our lives. But rest assured, we measure, we watch, we listen, and sometimes that gets an unpopular result, which is entirely self-inflicted.
Just going to pause there to respond to something here from F5 Says Lives, fair enough, saying, seems less of a severe issue since everything you can buy with Steel Essence is capped. Yes, indeed, yeah. Yeah, the shop does have caps on various aspects, especially things on like relic packs and on Kuva. It's not about, are you able to make unlimited purchases? Never has been. It is about when one farm truly eclipses other farms, when one farm is just objectively the best farm, that if you do anything else you are comparatively wasting time, you better be in it for the fun of it. Multiple issues come out of that. First of all, you get people doing those other farms, just playing the game the other intended ways. It creates a negative effect, that feeling of opportunity cost of losing out on Steel Essence. Because, oh, well, I could have gone and done those other bits. You got the people who then follow through on that feeling of missing out of, okay, well, no, I'm not going to do the stuff I find fun because I want the Steel Essence. Who knows how long this farm's going to stay in the game, so I must absolutely go and do this. You get the people who will then hard farm it, burn themselves out on the game. Cool, great. Now they've spent hours on something they don't enjoy. They've thoroughly overcooked the amount of Steel Essence they've got. They're barely going to engage with those Steel Essence systems now. How can Steel Essence be a reward to them when they've already managed to accrue so much so quickly? Similar with myself and Riven Slivers, that I've got so many from a single sortie that I just don't even think about them now. Like they put in so many more sources, so many more sinks for Riven Slivers, I still just have far too many. And in terms of a setup, it's not that crazy a setup. It is really just down to go on to this mission, do it a long time to allow the spawns to get more and more Xmas heavy, to stack the boosters, and the rates just climb up until they hit their peak. It is a overwhelming amount there. J Farmer Chain Events Sliver Rain. So when people come up with the whole, oh, but you can only spend so much per week anyway. Sure, yeah. One of the stopgaps put in to deal with just how much Steel Essence some people are able to farm and how that can impact various other aspects of the game. That they want to give you meaningful rewards for your resources without taking away from the natural farms for those resources. The natural farms for Kuva, the natural farms for relics, which do get impacted by currency shop purchases for those alternatives. You will find, not just in Warframe, but in many games attempting to go for a healthy economy of internal resources, the alternative sources of those items are less efficient. That is the idea, that is the plan. And if they are not less efficient, then they need to be capped so that you can't just make that the natural farm. Whether you feel that the natural farms are otherwise not worth doing is not relevant to the matter there. That is their own balancing, separate from it. That you do or do not value them enough. But just going, oh, well, Steel Essence should be absolutely, completely turbo-borked. So one way should be 5 times more effective than any other source of Steel Essence. That would be fine. It's not. It's absolutely not. The arguments of, oh, but it finally gave a reason to do Steel Path Railjack, it was barely even Steel Path Railjack. It was a Steel Path Railjack loading screen that lasted all of 3 minutes, with some Steel Path boarding objectives, which are very much not Railjack, and a continuing issue I have with Corpus Railjack missions, followed by just Corpus Survival. There is nothing Steel Path Railjack about that. Oh, but a different enemy spawns. Oh, but you can spawn your Necromech. Yeah, none of that is Railjack. So as it turns out, a game like Warframe does indeed intend to have balancing to how things are acquired. To not just the damage you deal and the level enemies spawn at, but also the resources you receive for engaging in those missions. No surprise whatsoever, which is why I was surprised that they put it onto Xmas drops in the first place. Anyone who knew the history of Xmas dropped Steel Essence saw this coming. We knew this was going to happen. But that was how it was going to go. That was how I was going to go on that. Guys saying the game director wrote the patch notes for the old Xmas SE change? Yeah. So this is very much a situation of DE's creation. It is absolutely a situation of DE's creation, and it is theirs to fix. They put in far too much of a source, and then have had to take it away from people where, I'll be quite honest, a little bit of awareness of the history of Steel Essence that started on those Xmas, and awareness as to what kind of missions this would be affecting would have just seen it coming. This wasn't some obscure bug, it wasn't some obscure farm. It was pretty obvious which direction that was going to go. And seeing the drop rates being published as well, so they weren't even hiding just how valuable it could be. We knew where it was going. They then went with a very heavy-handed addressing of it, which has now made it where the Steel Essence drops from Steel Path Railjack are abysmal. Not only are they far below the rates you can get from other missions, you also can't affect them with boosters or resourceful retrieval mods. So it's the complete opposite now. The complete opposite is safer for the economy in terms of Warframe, and is healthier for the player base. You don't get that incentive to burn yourself out or to nullify the value of other farms. Instead, a dead area, to those people who don't otherwise care for the area, remains dead. It is something they can come back to fixing. But yeah, that was just definitely a issue of their creation, and I do wonder if that ties into the relative speed with which they were apparently putting together Steel Path Railjack as a whole. Because we also got Mark IV turrets shortly after release. I wonder if that was even in discussion prior to release. And they were even saying in the dev stream that Steel Path Railjack was a mostly guaranteed at that time, but it wasn't even fully locked in. So we'll listen further through, see if they do actually refer to it as an exploit, but the whole, hey, yeah, we're not taking those Steel Essence away from you, that's not an admission of they were considering in a active manner of taking away. That is them saying, yeah, we're not taking away. Because people would wonder. People do wonder, and it's ironic that people hear that and then go, so that means you would have. No. That's the exact opposite words. The exact opposite. It's saying, what are the odds there is a placeholder value someone forgot to replace? I'm not going to put any odds on that. That would be worse than speculation. From a cool, they did say they can't figure out how to get accolades in Railjack. Yeah. I imagine there's serious technical difficulties with that. I mean, acolytes, for starters, can't swim in Uranus. God knows how they'd handle all of the weird spacey stuff that happens. A pure mission reward could work if it wasn't just a mission reward, but it was a mission drop. Like, when you crack a Void Relic, you get your 10 Reactant, the Void Relic is now cracked, and you get the Relic Fissure buff. At that same moment, you pick up Void Traces. Those Void Traces are not a mission reward, they happen the moment your Relic is cracked open, and because they are an item that appears on you and is immediately picked up, it applies your Resource Booster if you have one, it applies the chance of Resourceful Retriever to double it again, so you get to apply your paid for benefits and modded benefits to that loot. I gotta say, I've set your source in Discord DM. I don't think they say it on stream. Oh, okay, so not in the dev short then. Let's have a look at this. Blanked names doesn't help. It's someone's personal account. Okay, so we have from Gaz for referencing someone from DE on a personal account, and as such this is now 3 tiers of separation that apparently is being called an exploit. All I can take on that is, yeah, maybe some are referring to it as an exploit internally. Whether they mean it as an exploit or are using the terminology of exploit. Again, to my understanding of every definition of the word exploit, in terms of gaming terminology, that ain't an exploit. If DE officially made that their stance that it's an exploit, I would strongly disagree with that. They created the drop table, they created the mission, and people went to play the mission to loot the drop table. Yeah. Because we ain't going to take it back, seem different now. Gaz, you clearly have a very different perspective on this to me. You clearly do. And I'm not going to be able to convince you otherwise, because you do have this conversation with this nameless DE person, and I'm not going to ask further to find out who it is, because you and they clearly have reason to keep them nameless on that. But you do have a very different approach on this, and dare I say, almost comes across adversarial towards DE. So if that is your position on it, then you're welcome to hold that position. I don't see it that way in the slightest. Were DE of the type to continuously take things away from people because they went, oopsie, we gave you too much, or oopsie, our mistake, we would see far more things taken away from people just in general. And we don't see that. So I don't see eye to eye on you on that interpretation of what Megan said there, no. I just don't. Rachel Ruby, thank you very much for dropping your prime here. Welcome into the channel proper and enjoy your lovely blue sub badge, your emotes, your access to the supporter Tea Lounge over on the Discord, and all the other bits and pieces that come with that there, absolutely. Peppy saying D's never made moving loot the norm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't take this as an exploit by my understanding of the definition of exploit. Exploit being to utilize unintended game mechanics in a destructive fashion towards the game, or manipulative fashion. So, say for example, finding a way out of bounds in a map, so that you can farm the map in total safety. Or say, you come across a bug that allows you to cast infinitely for free. Things like that. Where the heck are their snakey emotes? I'm a Lavos main, and Lavos has snakes. So the snake became the mascot. That's why. But in this case it was, hey, here is a loot you can get from these enemies on these missions at this rate. And people went, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go to those missions where those enemies are abundant. Loot. And he goes, wait, what? They've said they have not said a Leca frame is fine, Rakul. Just to be very clear on that, they have not said a Leca frame is fine. What they have said is that they had conversations, or at least a conversation, a discussion of sorts with was it Overwolf? To prevent there being TOS issues, but they can't and won't say that a Leca frame is safe. Reason being on that is that they have no control of the app. If the app was maliciously updated tomorrow, whether by the creator or by a hacker, then it could do things which would be in breach of TOS, if not worse. They're not going to take any ownership of the issues that would come out of that. Nothing at all. So they are not going to endorse it, just like they don't endorse any other third-party program. However, they do make it clear in their third-party program policy, !3PP for more info on that, they do make it clear what kind of things they are okay with and not okay with. Pretty much, don't hack, don't cheat, don't get things to play the game for you. That kind of thing. Pepe saying their tolerance of Warframe can change at any time. I mean, their tolerance of anything can change at any time. Don't forget, in the EULA, it says very clearly that they can ban you at any time for any reason, without warning, without explanation. Don't forget, that is in the EULA. That is the bar. The bar is literally heaven high. Not even sky high, it's right the way up there. There is no way for you to clear that bar into absolute security, because they can just choose at any time to ban you. For anything. For nothing. They hold that in the EULA, and yes, basically every game has that. If you want to challenge that, you have to basically take them to court. Good luck with that. So at that point, it's not a matter of veiled tolerance. When they say, these are things we don't allow, otherwise have at ye, then those are the words you can follow. Those are the words you can follow. From Gaz saying, so the reason I focus on the exploit things because if they label it as that, they could ban farming guides on it for a TOS break. They could. I mean, they've already removed the thing, so it's gone. But also, I don't know about your experience in interacting with DE. I've had honestly nothing but positive experience of interacting with DE, including if I've run up against things which have crossed the line. Very, very rarely have I, because I make as certain as I can be to not cross over the lines. But yes, indeed, even where things have been over the line, I've not had a problem with it. Where is the line? By having a conversation like a human being, Gaz. Where are the lines with me? Where is the document that tells you everything and anything as to how to interact with me to make sure you don't cross any of my lines? And where is your document? And where is Mr. Phoenix 298's document? You could be facetious about where's the line, but by and large, lines are largely clear. Yes, there is a blur to them, but they are largely clear. It is clear when you leap over the line. And when things are unclear, when there are missteps, you have a conversation. You just have a conversation. One such conversation I had with DE Zach is when someone came to me with some detail about a feature in Warframe, a recently released feature. I think it was a weapon feature. They came to me with some information. I didn't believe that it was true because it seemed like a very odd mechanic, but they assured me it was, and they showed me some weapon statistics. Very codified looking weapon statistics. Okay. Let me test this. I tested it as far as I could. Everything matched the data they were giving me, so okay, yeah, this is how it works. I put that detail onto the wiki. I was like, you know what? I've got this obscure information. It is accurate. Might as well put it onto the wiki. That same afternoon, DZAC reached out, because happened to come across the edit, saw it was from me, and wondered where I got the information from. It turns out that there was data mining going on, which isn't welcome in Warframe. And so that was a line being crossed there, and they reached out to discuss the matter. Nothing too serious. We had a short conversation on it. I let them know what I had to let them know, and they went along. That was that. And I am now more careful on who I take information from when it comes to behind-the-scenes mechanics of Warframe. Because you see, that's how it works. That's how conversations work. That's how you deal with lines. And that's how you make sure you stay on the right side of things. If you push the lines that are already clear that they are cagey on at best, then yeah, you're going to run into cagey moments. You go your way to not post exploits. So long as you in good faith are not trying to exploit the game, you're good. In good faith, you'll be good. The only way that if you are acting in good faith that it would not turn out well for you with DE is if you expect them to not act in good faith. And I'm saying this to everyone, not just creators, to everyone. The only way that you can reasonably expect to be in a shitty situation with DE when you are acting entirely and openly in good faith is if you expect DE to not act in good faith. And if you're at that point there, the answer with them or any other company that you have that experience with, any other person you have that experience with, is stop interacting with them. If you expect the other side to not be acting in good faith, protect yourself and step back. Yeah. Rachel Ruby saying, message drowned earlier, but in your eyes, what is bug abuse and what's an exploit? What's the line between? Honestly, bug abuse and exploits are pretty much the same thing. An exploit can be where you may abuse things that are not strictly bugs, but there may be very clearly unintended interactions. So it's like, oh, technically as coded, but no. Can I give a fine example of that? Genie tells you get 3 wishes. You can't ask for more wishes, you can't wish for infinite wishes, and you can't wish for more genies. And so you wish from the genie, I would like to have the exact coordinates of where another genie is hiding, whereupon I can get wishes from them. You're clearly not playing into the spirit of things. You're clearly trying to exploit the wish system. That genie at that point is going to go, wow, you're a bitch, and shoot you in the face with a lightning bolt. Yeah. Not a bug. You didn't find a way to wish for infinite wishes in the way that the genie went glitched out. But very much a case of the genie is going to punch you in the face. With magic or otherwise. That is the kind of level of exploit. Whereas genie goes, you can't wish for infinite wishes or extra wishes, any of that lot. Yeah, that's fine. However, I do have this long wish which covers multiple areas at once. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, cool. You came up with a wish that was complicated and involved, but is a wish. Go. And once again, don't forget that Warframe is DE's property. If someone tries to get over technical with the line, DE are the ones who draw the line. If in doubt, ask them. If you can't get the response and you're still in doubt, maybe don't do it. It's the honest answer on that. And that goes with everywhere. That really does go with everywhere. But I take it that there's no further comments to take from this short from those of you saying to look over at this, so I'm happy to not chase that one any further. At the very least, I'm not satisfied that DE in any official stance with the intended use of the word exploit or declaring any of the CLS's farming exploit. I do not consider the Jade Star's Banshee interaction exploit, but I do remind y'all AFK farming is highly frowned upon to the point of being bannable in Warframe. So a bit of me going to stick on the kettle is not encouragement to please go ahead and do that. Please don't. But considering all of that, let's maybe put a pin under that one. Put a pin? Put a line under that one. You don't put a pin under things, you put a pin on things or through things. You know what I meant, chat. You know what I meant. Anyway, or if you don't know what I meant, have a discussion. Yeah. Careful, someone's going to get upset how they don't own stuff they purchased from DE. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. Now you get to watch a Trivago commercial? Well. You have fun with that. When you're back, you'll have not heard what I just said. But yeah. New topic, do I have a favourite tea? Yes, I like a nice English breakfast tea. Dash of milk. I don't mind which milk, really. Oat milk or cow's milk, both go nicely with it. But yeah. English breakfast black tea with a dash of milk, no sugar, is lovely. And I would go make another, but Well, that bit has come and gone. Twinings of Yorkshire tea, I'll be honest, I get the budget brand from my local supermarket. I get the budget brand. Yup. How bad was the AFK Wukong farm back then? Honestly, I never saw enough of it myself to say, but given it was addressed, we can take Dee's word on it being an issue. Yeah. I'm not going to further meddle with this one. We've seen enough to know that this works and is probably going to be something Dee looks at. Whether it gets nerfed? Hard to say. Hard to say if it does fall under a unwelcome abusive category. Excuse me, sorry. Hard to say, because, well, I'm not the one who determines these kinds of things. But it is interesting that Sirius's ability that is honestly terrible on Sirius, genuinely terrible on Sirius, has room to be rather impressive elsewhere. I didn't expect it to not only target without line of sight, but to hit without line of sight. Considering it's a projectile that can actively miss, that is surprising to me. I don't even know how that works. I don't know how a targeted projectile that can miss can phase through walls to hit in the right area. That one breaks my brain. What about Equinox 4? Similar things will happen there, recall. Similar things will happen there. Because the primary damage is no longer coming from the area ability, but from the Jade Stars. Also work with Sarin? Doubt it will, yeah. If I say they may change how it works as a subsume, they may. They may even remove that and just go, actually, you just get the one subsume now. They might just do that. Completely tear it out. They might give it LNLOS check, which would also be as good as tearing it out. They might give it capped damage and status chance. There's various things they could do with it. Yeah. It's hilarious on Arctic and Wisp. Honestly, gonna take your word for it at this point. I've got proof of concepts there that it does work as advertised on Reddit of all places. So, despite Jade Stars being an absolutely terrible ability for Sirius and Orion, there are quite a number of other frames and abilities that it will interact with more than powerfully. More than powerfully. Procs off Wisp motes? I'd imagine so. Any source of ability damage will do it. Yeah. It's not like the Nova Portal Natric. Oh yeah, now that one was wild. Oh, is there anyone here by chance who is unfamiliar with the Nova Nataruk combination that got nerfed hard? Anyone unfamiliar with that? Because if so, head on over to my YouTube channel in the short section. Actually, no, let's just bring it up on here real quickly. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? We're live with my own stuff. We could do that. Oh, this is from before I had glasses. Loud. This is from before I had glasses. So that's going to be fun. There is the link. There it is in the chat. If you do not know what the Nova portals do, have a look at that. Our glasses feels odd now. Honestly, yeah. Like, I've worn glasses for a very short amount of time, and even then, I just... Someone said that I look a lot better with them than without them. Without them, it looks like my face is missing something, and I know exactly what they mean. I fully agree. Me without glasses just looks wrong now. Just completely wrong. But yeah. Right. Let us head back into Pontus Tower. Let's go grab my Railjack once again, and let's continue to beat some things up. I'll have to swap weapon when I'm down there. Yeah, Chuck, I managed to go the first, 31 years of my life without needing glasses. And then it turns out I was squinting at things and didn't realise. When the optician started flicking those lenses, it was like, and how does this look now? I'm like, oh damn. I was like, have you covered one of your eyes before now to see what it's like when you're looking through just one of them? I was like, you know, that never occurred to me to try, but okay, let's do that now. Cover one eye. I'm just like, where did the letters go? Where? What? Yeah. That was a wake up. Of course, I have to have some slightly funky-ish in my eyes. It's not crazy strong, you know. I can read chat with this. Yep, I can read chat without my glasses on. It's not easy, but I can. But the way that my eyes are wrong is a little funky, because rather than just being out of focus, something like that, instead it's astigmatism, which means that my eyes aren't perfect spheres. They bend the light wrong. And one of them is the wrong shape one way, and one of them is wrong shape the other way. So if I try looking through the wrong lens, it doesn't work. But if I rotate that there, that is the correct angle using the left lens on my right eye. That's how out of alignment my eyes are. That is how out of alignment they are. You are nerfed with doubletism? Can relate.
Good day.
Yes. You're partially colorblind only in your left eye. I've never heard of that. That is a funky one you got there, yeah. That's when someone says, alright, let's have a cool fact for everyone at the table here. Go around everyone. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a cool fact down pat every time there, haven't you?
I'm sick of Pontus Tower. I crave battle.
2 truths and a lie. Colorblind in one eye. That's...
We're coming.
Biology is interesting. It is very, very weird, yes. If at any point you think you fully understand biology, you really, really don't.
Don't let him see from where.
That's a juggernaut? A juggernaut can spawn here? I beg your finest. What? Okay. What? Guy dying. Fix face. There we go. Okay, well, that's a thing that happens. Any interest in Jade Star's Lavos? Nope. I've decided I'm going to dodge that ability for now because of the potential for problems.
Is that all? I was just getting started.
There we go. Let's head on over to the cargo ship.
Supply transport's marked.
Alright, that supply transport is moving that direction. Got it.
First cargo destroyed.
We've been boarded. I'll just ignore that. Let's see, where's this one going? In that direction. Launch it there. Oh, we've been boarded a second time. Pop. Nailed it.
Give chase.
Alright then, let's see. Do we need to deal with these guys?
As predicted.
Nah, they'll be fine.
They fled right to a massive cloaking signature. Hit it with the forward artillery. Let's see what's on the other side.
Charging up, charging up. I think we're burning, so it's not charging very quickly, but we will still pop. Lovely stuff. You know how well I've got it is on levels? Fair enough. There we go. Alright then, let's head inside and follow on with the rest.
Now it's our
Make
turn
our way
to
up to the
do
front.
some reaching. Shall we?
It is done.
Little teeny tiny lag on that bit there, but it's fine.
Tenno, on
Start blapinating.
attackers! Keep them off my back.
Did I always play only the one mission, or do I switch around between both? I've been focusing on this one so far, but I will be switching over as and when I need to.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm gonna have to get the arcanes anyway, because it requires both resources, so I'm just doing this one for now.
Security disabled. Get those gates open.
But
Ryoku, what was yours is now ours.
hello, Captain.
Here comes the head of the ship.
That is some strong attenuation. Here, have some of this, and then... God, you can feel the attenuation kicking in there. Oh, worm's down. Oh. Oh boy, can you feel the attenuation?
A good captain
All right.
always goes down with his ship. What a good captain he was.
Let's get rid of you. Thank you. Charged gun, barely. It'll do. We're not going to be fighting a lot of stuff here. Is that all the opposition? All the stuff I need to care about? Yep.
You, grab me as many cryo canisters as you can find.
Grab one.
I got a little project of my own.
Grab two. And one more. Is the reason I don't aim for the head with the Incarnate mode? What, with the Latum or the Burston? Because Burston I do. Latum, I was aiming for the floor there to make sure I was catching him in the AoE more than anything. See if I could bounce around the attenuation somewhat. It didn't work.
Look, everything
I try
we
different
need to
things.
make those
Just seeing
ramps
what
pierce the capital ship.
cuts through from time to time.
Quick, get in that ram sled.
Have I tried Vexis Prime Incarnate Prime Changer Depleted Reload? Does it work at 0 ammo in the mag? My understanding is that it will work at 0 ammo in the mag. However, you're still needed to go from reloaded to firing a shot just to switch to the Incarnate with the damage bonus. Whereas you could just not do that, fire just one shot, and then not have to chase the auto reload to keep the damage bonus. Yeah, as far as I can see, there's just no reason to use depleted reload. Why spend a mod slot to get the exact same result of fire a shot, switch to Incarnate? Oh, sorry, Ellie, I haven't set up a Vexis command yet. My bad. That slipped my mind.
Ta-da! It's me.
Trigger that. Head over here. Slightly different places this time. One down. Two down. The third one died somewhere, I guess. You just want to use base Vexis for Incarnate instead? Not sure why, but okay. Live your best life. Let's pop the door. Prime Chamber works with Vexis Incarnate if you shoot just one bullet, then Incarnate form. Yeah, on both of them, yeah. Fire one shot, switch form, which means on the Prime, it's fire one shot, you've still got one left, who cares? It won't auto reload, and then switch form. Prime Chamber go burr.
Some much needed manners.
What is it about the manners with him?
I do have manners, which is why
We were just having a friendly kerfuffle. I just want to grab that. That did not give me any charge towards my Tower Strike. That's rude. That is rude, DE. Where's my tower on? Oh dear. There's a lot of fog in that room. I actually have volumetric fog turned off. That's the fog with volumetric fog turned off. I don't know what's going on with that. It must be on a different setting. Alright, switch to Burston now. Where are you at, buddy? Are you this one? Nope. Are you this one? Yeah, that's the real you. I'm just going to shoot from behind cover. What are you going to do about it? I have no damage stacks on this thing, so it's going to be really, really slow.
Strike one, strike true, strike fatally.
Has he changed who he is? Oh yes, he changed to this one. Got him.
Any
Ooh,
last
that's gonna
words
hurt.
before we make this hurt?
Last words.
Accidentally set myself out of bounds there. It's fine.
Even started.
Yeah, you'll notice I don't use the whole Zephyr Slamperties trick to evade attenuation. I know it exists. I just don't want to do it, really. Managed to hit 0 headshots there. There we go. It's good enough. But again, my burst in there did have no damage stacks on it because I was using the latum. It's one of the serious issues with kill stacks that decay. If you don't continuously use and get kills with the kill stacking weapon, you lose the ability to deal the damage to the boss unit. At least any reasonable scale. It's self-defeating design in that regard. What's that? I want to use a different part of my arsenal for a minute. Well, guess everything turned off. And I'm not even exaggerating with a minute. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Thank you, shield gating and status protection. Oh, has any other one spawned? Yes, there it is. Trying to not perish here. But, there we go. Alright, mission complete. Oh yeah, kill stacks that decay are better than kill stacks where the whole lot vanishes. I'm aware. Okay, that was a sound. But it still doesn't make it nice if you switch weapon for 1 minute.
You better purge those wounds quickly, Ryoku. I want to go again tomorrow.
Yeah, you can build weapons to use on effect stacking, like with primary frostbite, rather than using on kill stacking, but it's not as powerful, yeah. Did I not use Bulwark on the Burston? I think I swapped it off for Deadhead. Just because I've been using it a lot with Sirius and Ryan recently, so yeah, they don't have the same armor. But you're absolutely right, I can switch that back now, because I'm using levels at the moment. I do in fact have a continuous damage bonus I can use. Huzzah! Because yeah, there's no pure damage mod on here, so when Deadhead was turned off, I was missing, well, how much is that? 3.6 over 4.6? Oh, cool, just 78% my damage. Plus whatever comes from Galvanized Scope, plus whatever comes from Galvanized Chamber. When you add it all together, like, yeah, a lot. A lot of the damage was missing. Cheers that. Yeah, I was thinking Dark Gears was maybe exaggerating a little by saying 95% of it wouldn't have been there. But with the build I had, yeah, about 95% of the damage was indeed from kill stacks. Oh boy.
The key to successful piracy.
Welcome in, Mr. Baker. Hello. Alright, off we pop again. Because why not?
An honor to serve.
As we load in. Did I galvanize mods to share between primary and secondary? I mean, just kill stacks in general. I wouldn't mind if kill stacking things, if they're gonna have to rely on kill stacks and decay, how about, you know, allowing that to be kills with other weapons? Because the mods don't even say on kill with this weapon, they just say on kill. So technically, yeah. But yeah, if it counted kills in general rather than kills of a specific item, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Don't let him see from where.
I don't know if it would be overpowered in any way. I don't imagine it would be, but that'd be nice. I don't even need to shoot that. Why am I shooting Not your Lavos main, but how do you rate him in terms of general gameplay? I find he's very divisive. I mean, some people like him, some people don't. Same with every frame ever. If we assess Lavos critically just based on his abilities, he's not great. He's not. He has a timed healing ability in that you can't just keep using it. He has a semi-effective crowd control ability. He has an ability which is primarily just to get back other stuff. Either his ability cooldowns or more ammo. And then he has a fourth ability with a very long cooldown unless you build and play to reduce that cooldown properly. And even then it only acts in a ring. Yeah, I can see why that doesn't gel for a lot of people. But he's also completely outside of the energy economy. His health tank is substantial, with again no setup needed. His mobility is fun to utilize once you get used to the handling of it. And then Valence formation really just puts him on the map. For a lot of people, Lavos is basically just Valence formation the frame. And I get it, Valence formation is frankly S tier. He really is. With Valence formation just absolutely rocking stuff. So yeah. If someone wants something more nuanced than Valence formation the frame, yeah. Lavos will challenge you on finding the value elsewise. If you don't value health tanking, very passive health tanking, if you don't value exiting the energy economy, if you've already solved that some other way you're satisfied with, and if you find cooldowns frustrating to encounter, and don't really care for having elemental variety in the way he plays it, then, well, at that point I've just said, if you don't enjoy everything Lavos does, then Lavos isn't fun to play. And that makes sense. Honestly, yeah, that makes sense. I don't enjoy playing Boruk. I don't really gel with Sarin. Is that because they're bad frames or incapable? Absolutely not. It's just, they aren't the frames for me. Let's put some cold on this guy. Okay, he's immune to cold procs. So he's damage attenuated and immune to cold, not immune to viral. Or corrosive, not that that matters. But he is immune to cold procs. How very fair of him. I remember when people said cold was useless. Even when it didn't freeze enemies, people said it was useless. And then we got a bunch of enemies which are immune to cold because it's too powerful. Not even 4 procs allowed. Too powerful. I was singing Cold's praises for ages. Oh, missed an op over here. There we go. Let's grab the marked thingamidibobs. One down here.
Be a dear and get those cryo cans for me.
There's one over here.
I've got my hands full.
And this one over here. There we go. Kill.
Blood-infused ice. Hard enough to penetrate the hull of Scoria's angel.
It would be nice to see radiation given some love still, though. I maintain that. A shout I thought I had just the other day is that maybe radiation could potentially go along the line of lifesteal status. Similar to how we have lifesteal with, I think it's not healing, is it healing return? Yeah, healing return, where it's a flat value per status effect on the target, so flat value healing is an option that is open and available to us, rather than percent-based lifesteal. But that would give radiation a defensive utility, alongside the distracting enemies feature. I wonder if that could work with it. And yeah, that would really put radiation on the map for arcane persistence users, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Gates held shut with magcoils.
Can I punch through that? Apparently not. Too much. Okay.
Vena, I thought you'd never come.
Radiation should ignore armor instead of slash? That's certainly a take. What's the law of radiation seeing health? Well, not sure on that. What's the law of blast turning someone into a grenade? I don't remember shockwaves turning other things into shockwaves. So maybe it's the void thieving the energy out of them. Maybe it's because we are using a manipulation tactic to just charge our own battery, as it were.
Now what would be the fun in that?
You know, I think I understand now why that first section has always felt so rough with the deadhead there. I wasn't even killing enemies with headshots on the way in. So just the travel from the ram sled to there. Of course, I didn't have the goddamn stats, did I? Bulwark overrides that. Oh, that makes so much sense now. Yeah, kill stacks go burr. Okay, that's a lot. I don't know what that was, but that was a lot. There we are. Where is that coming from? It's just electricity being beamed into my face from seemingly downtown nowhere. Alright, well that seems to be our guy. And Bulwark go burr.
If it wasn't for the truce,
alright, I'll do.
put you down for good, Ryoku. We both know it.
You are going to lose today. You were only ever going to lose. The truce.
No, I think we're doing fine. Honestly, I don't think we're going to lose here, mate. Talking awful big for someone in bursting distance. Seriously, what? Who are you and why do you keep zapping me with electricity from across the room? Bulwark once again putting in work. Armor users were eating good with Bulwark. So good. Where is the next one? There they are. To finish up the mission, grab that and chuck it in. Cool. Alright. Why did D introduce Overguard anyway? Effectively murdered CC frames. So when it was first introduced, the idea is that it wouldn't murder CC frames. It would make it where they had to do more than just set and forget the defensive ability. And then Overguard started happening more and more and more. Xmas spawns were increased. Enemies could start applying Overguard to non-Xmas units. Modifiers started coming in. It was just going, lol, everyone spawns with Overguard. Yeah. The initial introduction of Overguard was very much to address crowd control being just an I win button. Hard crowd control anyway. But from the design spec given, it was never meant to be an outright abundance. Now I know that some people say, oh, crowd control should deal damage to Overguard. I disagree. I honestly disagree. Because the whole point is that crowd control isn't the solution, you're supposed to use something else. But the something else is supposed to be, as far as I'm concerned, you need to react to this alternative threat and deal with it. Cool, okay, yeah. React to the alternative threat. So 1, identify threat. 2, shoot it, or use an ability to damage it. Something not crowd control. Splendid. Okay, I've reacted to it. That passes the check. Goodbye Overguard, and I'm good to go, right? But the overguarded units can pop up so frequently, they can pop up so suddenly, and with so little announcement. And that makes it feel oppressive to crowd control frames. That is what makes it feel horrible. Your crowd control failing on a target gives you basically no feedback, unless you're like watching the minimap for, oh, who's still moving, who shouldn't be able to move. Unless you're really clued in on things like that, they can just sneak up on you. Look at how many people regard Jade Xmas as being able to hit you through walls. They actually don't. They need line of sight to get started. It's just the moment they get line of sight, if they are permitted by the AI handler to use their Jade Beam, boop, they put it straight on. And that's actually how I spot them half the time, is that I notice a Jade Beam start and I go, okay, what line of sight did I just enter into? That's where the Jade Xmas is. CC applying vulnerability to overguards, like magnetic would be nice. I mean, if CC ability just gained magnetic for it, maybe that would be a positive to it. So it goes, oh, okay, well, these targets which are not vulnerable to your crowd control, you've set up something which means you can at least damage them sooner. Something like that, maybe. But yeah, the biggest issue for me is not that it blocks CC, it's that it is so abundant, so sudden, and doesn't really identify itself as a threat unless you yourself identify the threat. The flashiness of the Xmas units is an improvement over what they were in the past, but they're still easy to get lost in the soup, especially if that soup is not just you, but other Tenno doing things. There's a lot going on. There is a lot. Reacting to those high threat units, as they're supposed to be, can be quite a bit. And then EDA with just, hey, by the way, everything has Overguard. I have 3 frames to pick from if I want full bonuses. Crowd control, crowd control, and crowd control. What do you mean everything has Overguard? What? What? That's just obnoxious. Up next. Enemies can only be damaged if they're crowd controlled. And any frame without hard CC just goes, oh, okay, well, am I not allowed to play then? New modifier. Energy drains at 200 energy per second. So, you basically just play Lavos Pildrin or something that can get away with just not spending energy, right? That's the kind of level of BS that everything spawns of Overguard is to a crowd control frame, and that's just not fair. That's just not fun. Yeah. Guessing MO, radiation should have AoE DOT. But do we need more AoE? Do we really need more AoE? Even in terms of AoE DOTs or just damaging status, we already have Blast, Gas, and Electric. Out of the 10 elemental and combined types that we have, 30% of them are already AoE damage. Out of the ones that deal damage, which is, you know, out of the elements you've got Toxin, Heat, Electric, Blast, Gas, technically Magnetic when you break the shield, but yeah. Makes more sense than Lifesteal. More sense how, Gaz. It's easy to shit on ideas, but makes more sense how. Warframe is a game that makes sense, is news to me. Science. Okay, yeah, sit down. You don't get to have a point anymore.
The Midderbone is armed and hungry
No.
for blood.
Science. Fucking Blast exists. Oh, gods. Rad DOT with alignment Corvex? Sure. Radiation being connecting to healing would also go with Oberon. Point. Radiation in Borderlands is exactly what you said? Okay. Alright.
I'm sick of pointless
I don't see how the damage types of other games is relevant.
battle. Ryoku,
Like, that's
you
not
better be
science. So, you're onto a new point entirely, this. And Borderlands just has an entirely different way of functioning.
ready. Take out those security nodes. Ryoku already knows we're
But if we're going to use other games, I suppose I could refer to Radiant damage in Dungeon Dragons being connected to Holy Casters, which also then like to bring along healing. Like I said, it's easy shit on ideas. Yeah. So if we go back to the Warframe stuff, rather than trying to refer to other games or other science, why do we need a fourth AoE DOT when we could have a feature which is completely unrepresented in status effects and could enable alternative new playstyles rather than more AoE?
Pilot panic will be setting in soon.
Where's the sense in that, if we want to talk sense? That's why I throw the idea of a life gain or life steal effect or radiation, is because it enables something new, rather than more of the old.
Look at that. Right back to home.
And the last thing a game as old as Warframe needs is more of the old.
Mark a course to that waypoint. As predicted, they fled right to a massive cloaking signature. Hit it with the forward artillery. Let's see what's
Channel Lifesteal was the best.
on the side.
Fair enough, Guruga. I didn't have a lot of experience with channeling. It was gone very early in my Warframe career.
Now it's our turn to do some breaching, shall we?
Let's pop us into here. You wouldn't mind a lifesteal status proc, to be honest? There we are then. There we are. Whether it's radiation, or if they move that over to void and radiation got the void effect, or radiation got a magnetic effect and magnetic got the void effect and void got the lifesteal effect, or some other changes therein. Don't over matter to me. Stuff to explore.
Be kind and put these worthless mercs out of their misery before I do.
I don't quite understand her threat. If we put them out of their misery before she does, like... Is she just asking us to be more merciful because she would tear them to pieces? Maybe that's it.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Maybe that's it.
Keep fighting.
In which case, hello, walking Geneva checklist here. I don't really care how they die, as long as they die.
It's our house now.
Give loot.
Unlock every door they have.
Alright, let's go to the processing level. We pop.
I've always wanted a comet shredder.
Have already got any other status effects? Is that going to be happier?
Decapitate him.
Yeah, I think Ray frequently suggests that void, magnetic, and radiation should be rotated. So magnetic would be the bubble, void would be the... Yeah, void would be the confusion, and that would leave radiation to be the effect against shields and overguard.
A good captain always goes down with his ship.
Now, I'm not sure I fully agree on that,
What a good
but it just shows there is room for things to move. Nothing set in stone. Blast used to knock things over, which thematically makes more sense. Everyone seems happier with the alternative. Any other status that's underwhelming? Honestly, radiation is the one that really sucks. The next after that would be puncture. Which, actually, okay, I think puncture probably sucks more than radiation. It's just that you don't really mod in puncture. It's just doesn't work like that. Whereas we have specific radiation mods to add them where they're not already present. Impact has a use. It's not great, but it does have a use. Certainly for less well-equipped players. So if you're newer to the game, having that ability to open up those really tough units to just stab and they're dead, Impact has value there. Until the Dedicans got their well-deserved nerf, it was a big way of dealing with them.
Hard enough to penetrate the hull of Scoria's angel.
Puncture giving the crit chance was a nice change. It's a buff. It's not much of a buff. If the puncture ends up there, you can use it, I guess. You get the crits. But it doesn't make me want to apply more puncture. It just makes me go, well, if it happens, I'll take it. Alright. Let's try and find where all the things are hidden that we need to hit.
Hands to yourselves, everyone.
think I fired missiles near enough everything. Close enough. Makes sense for Void to confuse enemies, considering the Zaraman. Yeah. Yeah. Whilst not every proc could do everything you can conceive of, there are certainly some flexibility in the designs. What D have today doesn't have to be what we have tomorrow.
Gates held shut with mag coils.
Let's do that.
Find them and
I keep trying. It's not going to work, but I keep trying. I am not Saitama.
Vena, I thought you'd never come.
Oh, if they're going to early drop that, I'll just jump over it. Hello, hello, hello! Let's go murdering with you!
Come now, Ryoku.
Wrong one.
A grand finale.
Death! But not quite. He's gonna get better.
You fight only for the thrill. It blinds you, makes you weak.
I don't know with this bit if we have to kill a number of clones or if it's timed. I'll be very honest with you. Would radiation status benefit from disarming effect being added to confusion status? I mean, it would allow it to do more, so to an extent, yes. Would that be the right benefit for it? Hard to say. But it would do more. Damn, I thought I could heal at that distance. I was wrong. I'll just use my operator instead. Alright, which one's the real one? This one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Is it
I have killed better foes.
this one? Got him.
Any last
Yeah,
words
whoever
before
mentioned
we
Bulwark
make this
earlier,
cut?
thank you very much. This has made it a lot easier. A lot easier.
I have not even started.
Oh, it was you, wasn't it, Mirrorlade? Yes. Thank you, thank you. Mirrorlade's generosity even giving me more damage, technically speaking. I have lost my companion, and with it half my fire rate. I shall soon perish. If only I had a Sirius to revive it sooner. Oop, got it. Well, let's just move out of the way of all of that. Oh, okay, that's a space I can land. I bullet jumped a little too hard there. You're right, Bulwark is very convenient. Yes. If you've got the armor for it, certainly if you've got it as passively as Lavos can have it. Ooh. Hold on, what's that debuff? I can't see that debuff. What is that debuff? That 90% debuff? What is that? Ah! Perishing. Just kidding, I'm alive. Well, whatever I had a 90% debuff to, it's gone. Was magnetic the one that makes body parts bigger? It's neither. That's microwave, a hidden effect from Nucor. Yeah.
Are you entertained, hun?
Let's say, you can speed up this phase lower. If you pick up the second power cell's operator, you can toss both batteries into the mega coil. Okay. Not a huge speed up, but still a speed up nonetheless. I will probably forget to do that every run. They have a magnetic Nucor? Aha. I can see the crossed wires there. Magnetic radiation and microwave. Which one's the one? The one you can't see. Yup. Hello, Calamity. Welcome along. Grabbed us another arcane sculptor. Good, good, good. Alright, I think I've done quite a bit of Vena. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but quite a bit of the Vena there. What's that look like in terms of imbalance on my... There they are. On the resources. Oh yeah, 279 to 168. That is a bit imbalanced. That is a bit imbalanced. Okay. Hello? Mirrorlade? If you happen to have a spot, I do not have a spot today. Sorry, Mirrorlade. I'm not lucky to open up to the squad today. Hope that's all okay.
Presence of the cool.
I am using my railjack, not that thing. Gotta appreciate Bulb. So polite every time I arrive here. Hello. Balance in terms of runtime between the two missions? What? Sorry, I'm missing the context there, Calamity. Ridiculous! Thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 17 months. Much appreciated. And I hope you're doing well today, Ridiculous. Alright, let's get into the asteroid field here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Destroy the captured asteroid.
From which our blood frenzy corpus use sustenance.
That'll do the trick. Now we get close. Yoink the thing.
Move into position.
We pop down here. We repel the borders. Ignite everything I can ignite. Ah, yes, please stop doing whatever it is you're doing, mate. Did he explode into latches? Ew. What a way to go. Deal with everything in close range, medium range, long range, every kind of range. Blood Frenzy Ormgox. Nice shield. Unfortunately. Still one more fighter we want to kill. Do we want to kill? Is this a fighter here? Nope, that's not a fighter. There's fighters. Hello! Get zapped. Get plapped. Get absolutely wrecked. I think we've been boarded, but if we just move forwards, it doesn't matter. Something neat for us to know. Astral Shell clones trigger Sculptor each time it triggers. Good point, Sensor. Good point. I didn't find energy economy a real issue on them, but still a good point, absolutely. Survive, please. Survive. I'm just going to fly us over here. You'll live. Okay, she might not live all of that. Let's help her out. Stand. Stand. Oh god, it's a red jade beam. There we go. Okay, we're all alive. Let's get back to... Oh, one of the turrets is already dead. My crew are just that good. I wasn't even paying attention. They killed a turret. Let's help him out on this one. Oh, yeah. Is this mostly not hitting? Maybe I'm a bit far. Yeah, it's got an awkward hitbox. Okay. I'm just going to bounce my way through this. We'll clean the paint later. Ta-da! Oh, sorry. I thought we were going to have to fly further away than this. My bad. I seen the platform turret was on? I was, yeah. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Blap. And then we do it again. And you know what? I feel like I might even do it a third time. So reckless. Right. Pop us into there. Which is just a case of going around. And in, and that, yeah. That totally needed me to fly that extra inch forwards. Here we go.
We're in. Spies tell me that Vena has been toying with a very dangerous weapon. Breach that door.
The second part of that gold command really was appropriate here. I know what it's like. I will get distracted. I mean, I knew we were going to have a look at the Jade Stars bit. That was kind of part of the secret plan. But getting so thoroughly distracted with RD hostile to people who try out powerful options was not my bingo card, no. That was not a discussion I expected today. But, you know, I don't expect half the discussions we have. There's one discussion we haven't had today, which I'm very happy about. Chat, this is not an invitation for you to ruin it. We might go a whole stream without me noticing someone popping in, being here for all of 30 seconds asking, what did I miss? It might be good.
We cannot leave any alive.
Okay. We will just go murderly. That is all good. You almost did that? Yeah. But then you said the right thing. You said you'll just check the VOD. Hello, Ray.
Good.
Favorite tea? A nice English breakfast tea. It's a black tea with a dash of milk, no sugar. Where's the more? That's not the more. That's the more. Why has the more got overguard?
Let them try.
There we go. Chop what's left. Chop what's left. I said thank you. Ta-da! Is the what glyph? The bottom? The what glyph? In any case, the drops are listed in drop order. If you just type the word drop, the bot responds. You don't even have to do exclamation mark. It just responds to people saying the word drop. Can we get themselves timed out? No. That happens. There we go, yeah, so it's the Kalimos cone. Oh god, it's got to focus and shoot things. Yeah, Kalimos cone, dump it, and then... I just had one again? It's in the message, but I'm trying to focus. You can read the Twitch chat, you're writing in it. What are the things I want to shoot? Is that all of it? I think that's all of it. Nope, there's more. There we are. Okay, that'll do. Ah, yes, Arthur in the fridge. From previous TanoCon. Yes, yes. What are my thoughts on having Sirius and Orion's main blueprints on the same loot pool as the parts? And the quest already gives it to you.
I was expecting you.
Considering... Oh. It's less annoying than this being a cutscene for no reason.
I have awaited this.
Yeah. I'm not putting too much thought into the drop tables for this one, I'll be honest. I'm not putting too much thought into it. At the very least, the drops are pretty damn frequent. And there's a accessible enough pity shop, and we start with a blueprint. So it's overall not that bad. You don't even have to do a specific mission. Oh, hello, Spectralist of me. No, don't you dare heal off of me! That's my trick! Oh shit. I got bodied! And he healed again. Yep, nope. I'm out on this one. Turns out, Lavos is better than Lavos. I'm just gonna die. Lavos too strong. Nerf Lavos. No, please don't. Oh god, I have to kill the Lavos. If I outrange his healing... Yeah, there we go.
It was a trap. Do not worry about me. Get in here and kill
I didn't expect the heal followed by the heal that quickly. That was... Lavo strong. Lavo strong. Ah.
Here I am. Come get me.
Now, if anyone's about to suggest how I could have taken that fight better, the polite side of me would go, thank you very much for the advice. I think I've got a handle on it. The rude part of me would say, bitch, you've just seen me die once. What makes you think I need a catalogue on how various mechanics work? I'm good, bruh. Take whichever response you prefer. You didn't notice the specters there? Yeah, usually it's not a problem. That time my Lavo got cloned and I got chopped up by Lavo being better than Lavo. Honestly, could have gone either way. Bro just pulled off a perfect heal and resisted my damage. I mean, you're gonna try. It's not gonna work. Thank you. Alright, destroy the binds. Punch through Gober. Punch through Gober.
We both know how this ends.
You don't think you've ever seen it spectate yourself in the fight? Yeah. It turns out we kill things so quickly we don't even see all of the abilities they have access to. Oh, that might just die from heat procs. Well, that worked.
Damn you, wretched Ryoku!
Yep. I have no idea what Ryoku contributed to that fight, but yeah, sit there in the end, mate. If you hit yourself and you go down, are you strong or are you weak? Interestingly built. To be honest, if I came across a carbon copy of me in real life, and that carbon copy of me decided that I need to eat pavement, yeah, a good hit from me would put me on the ground. I'm not very strong. There's nothing there. Let's be real, chat. There is absolutely nothing there. I'm getting neither man nor lady with that. The point is, I may not be very strong, but I also do have the best constitution. So I could probably deck me. It comes down less about how strong one is, and more how prepared one is to be fighting to the death, I guess. Those Spectre clones, they just want to murder. They are. Anyway, talents acquired as I demonstrate my own. Very nice. You were saying that would make you strong? Really? Oh, strong but not resilient. Fair enough, fair enough. The human jaw does not scale on the same curve as the human arm? True. True. Yes. What other games do I enjoy playing aside Warframe? You know what? I'm running like 20 different ways I can answer that question in my head. Give me a second here. Brain processing. At the moment, I've been playing bits of EVE Online, just passively to kill time. Recently picked up Mecha Chameleon. We're playing that with my brothers. We may see more of that. Slay the Spire is a nice one. Spend far too much time on Minecraft. Those are just recent games I've dabbled in. Spy the heck. Excuse me. I've recently picked up X4, dabbled a little bit into that. But then into further bits beyond that, honestly. Do I include stuff that I played and enjoyed the hell out of, but don't play anymore right now? That's where I run into problems. Destroy the asteroid. Pew! There we go. Collect the core. Link into it and disorient myself. And crack it open. Everything is on fire. I'm the one who set it on fire. I'm being tethered. I'll just shoot it from here. There we go. Let's disrupt the operation by killing 5 fighters and a cruise ship. Easy. There is said cruise ship. It's a corpus one, of course it is. I enjoy some strategic games. Yes. Yeah. I haven't even touched on the hours I put into Rocket League and Team Fortress 2 and Apex Legends and PUBG. The time I've spent on FTL and Into the Breach. Into Skyrim, a little bit of Fallout. Only a little bit, to be honest. This is not going to be enough. Oh yeah, no, this is the wrong angle for this. Well, we've ordered. True. Deal with them. They are dealing with them? Eh, probably good enough. Alright, let's make sure there's no shield gate. Nope, cool. No, do not be downed. Oh, I've got heat procced as well. Nah. Right, let's go help out. We've got... Oh, gods. That... Oh, God. Multiple down. Multiple down. Up you get. Uppies. Come on. Don't mind the slammy slammy. Just do the shooty shooty. I don't know what he said, but I'm fairly certain it included a corpus slur. The person was giving CPR. Not sure it's the CPR we're all familiar with. That seemed rather aggressive, but you know. Yeah. Alright, back to the front of the ship. This is where players would be helpful for, you know, dealing with that. Not to worry, where's that cruise ship got to? There it is. Oh, look at your hit points. Feeling a little bit unhealthy, are we? Yeah. Let me help you with that. Have I seen the special trailers of Fallout 4? Yes, all of them. Fucking... Well, there's the F-bomb. Shield gate. Which is my favourite? Oh god, don't ask me to remember the minutiae of those. Ray, that's years ago now. Years ago. Ooh. Yeah, I don't have an answer for you on that one. Let's speed our way into here. It's 14 kilometers away, and this ship does not want to move quickly whilst there's enemies around.
Turrets ahead. We must hit them first.
Any tips on farming Vidar Mark weapons? I'm assuming Mark 4s. Got nearly all Zetki Mark 4s, the fuel of not single Vidar. So they drop from different locations, is the point. You'll want to be checking the drop tables on that. I'll be honest with you though, why Vidar? I would say that Zetki for all of the weapons is honestly just the best. Like, no question about it. So what makes you want to go for the Vidar? Oh, why is that locking onto the base plate? Now I know why I was firing wrong. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. There we are. Made it through. Fire everything at it, sod it. Boop. There we are.
Fortress of ice. Forward artillery.
Completionism? Oh, well, fair enough then. Yeah, fair enough. In which case, yeah, you need to farm them from different enemies than you do the Zetki. There is some crossover on the Zetki and Levan, and then some crossover on Levan and Vidar. That's the point. Your best answer is to check the drop tables to see which enemies drop them, and see where said enemies spawn. Have fun! There we are. Okay, fair enough, right? Yeah, fair enough. The Meet the Team videos from TF2, I'd say, stand out a bit more than the Fallout special videos. The Fallout special videos have humor to them, sure. Bit of character, but the TF2 Meet the Team videos, they're something else. They really are something else. Alright, we are in this lovely arena where there's all of a sudden just a whole bunch of active golden Moors. We're not going to question it, we're just going to shoot it. Where are they at? What are the Moors doing? TF2 is Team Fortress 2 in this case, yes. Not Titanfall 2, Team Fortress 2. Titanfall is just going to have to accept second place on the TF2 nomenclature. And yes, if you want to be introduced to the Meet the Team videos to know what we're on about, just go to YouTube and search for Meet the Spy, Team Fortress 2. You may discover that there is a red spy in the base.
Cannot leave any alive.
Alright. We need to clean up a little bit here. Oh, hello, you spawned. Nearly. Few more. Oh, that's why I couldn't punch through. The waypoint wasn't on the enemy.
Yes. Now release that door.
Well, no release of the door when all this has arrived. By the way, get frozen, nerd.
This one wishes to test themselves against you.
It's just standing there, taking the hits. Oh, Lavo. Alright, Cercible. Take care. Jahim, thank you very much for dropping your sub here once again. Wait, whoa, no, once again. I thought that was a resub. That's a tier 3 sub. Jahim! My guy, thank you very much for the massive support there. You haven't just got yourself a shiny new badge. You've got yourself a shiny on your new shiny badge. Woo! Much appreciated. Thank you very much for that. And if you haven't already, make sure you do connect your Discord and Twitch accounts, because then you can enjoy your subscriberist role over on the Discord too. Not just subscriber, not subscriberer, subscriberist. The most subscriber you can be. Very few have such a claim. Expiration Day is also a good video to watch for Team Fortress 2, yes. However, I would say I would recommend watching all of Meet the Teams first, just so you've, met the team.
Come in.
It adds to the experience. Pointless cutscene. Let's go.
I have awaited this.
Alright, let's do what we gotta do here. Cold procs for everyone! Haha. I don't know what you just did, but you held your head and I don't like it. So let's jump to this side of you. Cool, I took a lot of damage. What the hell? Oh my god, it's still lethal. Still lethal! I am so glad I could read the status procs. That was a lethal amount of lethal damage. What the heck hit me? Why is it behind me? I just heard my one. I did not use it. There you are. Ah, it didn't get me that time. It didn't get me that time.
She has me. Find a way in and
So yeah, honestly, I don't know why it was so tanky that other time. I guess I was just doing it wrong. Yeah. Alright.
Here I am. Come get me.
Ray, this isn't the first time you've said that the drop tables are balanced around infinite cruise ships. You say that, but who in D has told you that? We're looking at brand new drop tables for the Mark IV stuff, and you're saying it's balanced around infinite cruise ships. I mean, at best, that's saying that D are ignorant of the values they applied for the Mark IV weapons. At worst, it's saying that they are incompetent.
Scream all you like, it won't save you.
To say that they are creating drop tables for an existence that doesn't exist now. How rare are Mark IV weapons on Steel Path missions? It depends on the source you're going for, but it can be around about 1% for a specific Mark IV from the right enemy. And around about 4 to 5% for a chance of Mark IV in general per appropriate enemy. Compared to Mark III, it's not quite an order of magnitude more rare. In the same mission, that is. But it is quite a bit more rare. Actually, it might be about order of magnitude, come to think of it. Again, the drop tables are published for all Mark III, Mark IV gear from Steel Path, for all the enemies that drop this stuff. That's why I can say this with such certainty. So if you do want to know exactly what rates you're working with, it has been published. You just need to see the Warframe drop tables, the official ones. And we're assuming that they are correct. We have to assume that, until proven otherwise.
Haven't been
A lot of people here? There are indeed a lot of people here. Turns out drops are quite enticing. Hands up in the chat if you are one of the people here just for the drops. And if you are indeed here just for the drops, that's absolutely fine, but let me know. If we'll get to the end of the drops and once Tendacon's out of the way, we go back down to, you know, I don't know, 10 viewers, I'll understand. I'll understand. There we go. Another primary compression and another Sirius Orion blueprint, which is credits. It's just credits. Yeah. You already got all the drops and you're still here, Crunchy. Love it. Love it. You like having some stream in the background whilst you play Warframe? That makes sense. At least I'm not doing disruption, eh? I know a lot of people are like, oh god, the disruption sounds, the beeping must stop. I get it. Especially before the changes to disruption to make it more accessible. Oh, is that a trigger for a lot of people then? You don't suppose the drops only people are listening much? I know. So it makes it look like the chat is just full of people who are here to support me, even after I said that. Definitely not manipulating my own feelings there. It's roughly 4 and 5 Mark III from 1 and 5 Mark IV. Okay, so 4-to-1 ratio, yeah. Yeah, so it's not quite order of magnitude, but it is still a chunk less common on that basis, yeah. A chunk less common. But that is fine. Yep, thank you, Ekaboy, for everyone watching who did not have their stream turned down to 1% or less. They just got hit with Octavia's rendition of Baby Shark. Wonderful. And that wasn't even the one you wanted to click. Oops. Oh dear, Ekaboy, which one were you trying to click there then? What were you trying to achieve with that? Tab. Probably that one. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Fair enough. Alright. Yep. Oh my word, that was unexpected out of nowhere. Jahim! Once again, dropping onto the chat here, this time with 10 gifted subs out to community. Look at that there. That's gone out to Raccoon, to Darkrai, to Block, to Voltmeister, to Discripper, to Zagrumdal, to... Okay, sorry. Lysak Steiner, I think that's his. Yep, Lysak Steiner. To One Wall Cinema, to Glacialist, and to Nova 9. Much appreciated there, Jahim. Thank you very much for that. Absolutely huge to go alongside with your own sub in just moments ago. Oh. Cheers indeed. Wait, you heard the rap tap tap but not the Octavia? Oh, do you need to hear it again? Here, I can fix that for you. It's fine. Where is it? There it is. Octavia's best song. It was that one there. Let me know if you need to hear it again. Yeah. I actually spent more than a little bit of time making sure I had not just the notes as best I could with that, but also combining it with the beats underneath. Like that's actually a full Octavia song there. A full one. So what is Octavia's best song after all the new stuff from Stygian? Did I cover that recently? Did I? I don't think I did cover it recently, did I? No. I think... Well, hold on. No, I don't see a recent for the matter. Yeah, I did? Okay. I did put out a video? Hold on. I don't know my own videos at this point. There's too many of them. I need to stop making videos. I'm kidding. I won't. I have no intention of stopping the videos. Yeah, okay, where's the thingamity-bobbity with the thing? Because I can't tell if it was the Octavia guide or if it was a more recent, separate video. That one's 5 years old on the bot? Yeah. Oops. 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 Oh god, I hear the sounds. I hear the explosions. But I'm trying to find a video. Where? I don't know where. You know what? I'm going to have a look at that later. What's up with Octavia? There's some interesting tech with how to utilize her damage. Absolutely, yeah. That was from Captain Calamity. Calamity, thank you very much for the 12 gifted subs there. I think it's, yep, 12 gifted subs out to the community. Much appreciated, Calamity. Hold on. 12 subs, is that? Oh, I see, I see. Ooh, you're vying for that spot, are you? Okay. That's got out to Dragonshon, to Chrome, to Last Pillar, to Remick Ruins Everything. Hopefully not. To Ice the Boss. To Joniel Puma Rodriguez. I have completely butchered your name there, I'm sorry. To Zenith More. To Teenage Grogu Vaping? What? To Scravy Gravy, to Arabis, to OK Goalie, and to Laser Ghost. Much appreciated there, absolutely. I know that Mirrorlab is not here at the moment, so, Calamity, you know what you brought upon you, and the longer it sits there, it's like charging up a Power Blast. You're just waiting for a Mirrorlab to come in swinging. But, all the same, thank you very much there. Much appreciated, Calamity. I hope you survive the return fire from Mirrorlab. Much appreciated. Enjoy your pair of golden badges while they last. Alright, and it looks like we are 45 seconds on a potential hype train. I mean, if that gets triggered, I'll have to do another mission, won't I? If it doesn't, we'll have to wrap things up. We'll see on that. We'll see. It's got 30-ish seconds there. I'll leave it in your hands, chat. That we do have a rule here that we never, ever, 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 ever end a live stream during a hype train. Unless there is something serious going on, I don't end a stream during a hype train. Jachim, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. Again, out to the community. That's gone out to Tlebek, to Game Daughter, to Elijah William, to Luna Rafe, to Coda Toast, to Tistal, to Aussie Circle, to Summoner Cat, to GSD Killer, and to Ratatoes. Much appreciated, Jahim. And following on behind that as well, we've got Original Trash Panda with their first ever gifted sub into the community there. That's gone out to Draco Umbra. Original Trash Panda, thank you very much. And, well, would you look at that? Yes, we're going to have to do another mission because we've just kicked off a hype train which has already launched itself right into level 6 complete. Oh my god. Oh my god. Also, yeah, Calamity, very sorry about your first place position. Mirrorlab didn't even need to be here. It's gone. Mirrorlab's in 3rd. What's happened, chat? For regulars here who know who Mirrorlab is, they're in 3rd place. Oh, blimey. Never thought you'd see it happen. Have I made a level showcase? Yes. Exclamation mark Lavos. Oh, someone's ahead of you on that. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, I've got not just a guide on Lavos, but also a guide as to why Lavos. So you can check out those 2 videos if the first one doesn't fully explain it for you. Yes. You're just happy it happened today? Hey, I mean, you've still got the silver present next to your name. Absolutely. Mirrorlab said they needed sleep because of working 2 hours. Yep, that's very Mirrorlab. That is very, very Mirrorlab. Hello. Hello, Balb. Alright, let's go run this mission one more time then, you wonderful, wonderful people. You absolutely amazing lot.
Noble Tenno.
Hello. Such a contrast in the 2 crew I have there. One's like, hello!
Noble Tenno.
Okay.
The
second one definitely fits in with Ryoku a bit more, doesn't they? More drops this week? New drops have started not even 24 hours ago. I couldn't stream the moment they started because it was like 3 AM my time, but I'm here, or rather have been here for the last few hours. So yes, indeed, and those drops will continue through the weekend. So my next stream on Sunday as well, you can also get the drops then. Alright, let's blow this up. Should be able to just shoot it, honestly. Got enough DPS. Yep, there it is. Easy.
Look for the biggest asteroid and crack it open.
It drops earlier this week. Yes, we've had 2 sets of drops. So we've had the first set of glyphs, which lasted for a few days. This set lasts a little bit longer, so you got more time to get them. It's just how the timings are worked out, I guess. your drops broke. Yeah, that does happen on Twitch from time to time. The fix is literally just to refresh the stream whenever that happens. When you notice it happening. Alright, which cruise ship is this? Another Corpus one? It's always a Corpus one here. Wait, no it's not! No! Oh, this is much better. Alright, hold on. I like it when I'm wrong about something that's in my favor. When I'm wrong, let's just do this. And, blah, yep, it's gone. Well then. You didn't get credit for the 3 hours you've been here? Oh, damn. Wait, Ocario, did you load the stream before I went live? Like, were you ready to be here the moment it started? Because sometimes, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, if you load up before the stream's live, even when it actually starts playing, as far as Twitch is concerned, you were on a not live stream, so it just never triggers the start for drops frequently that way. This is why a lot of people miss out on drops on the Warframe streams, because they get there too soon and never refresh. It's annoying as hell, I know. You've reloaded twice? Oh. Then Twitch just hates you. But Disguised Data, up to 50 in variety. Thank you very much for the sub there. You're joining into the channel proper. Very first time. You got that lovely blue badge next to your name. I'm butchering every single word right now. A lovely blue badge, the emotes, and all the other bits and pieces to go with that there, especially no more ads. Thank you very much for that. Also, you're just in time to hit the hype train as well, so the emote drop that's about to come with that is going to include you too.
Is this your idea of a trap, Vena? Take them out!
Let's take out the turrets. I wonder if my crew will be enough for this. Yeah, I'll help out. That'll do just lovely there, won't it? Yeah, right. I think I only covered it on a stream, and the conclusion, I think the conclusion was like, it's effective, but it's not like the biggest change you need to make. Unless I did a short on the matter. That's very possible. There was up here, I was like, oh, let's do some micro guides and shorts. I don't really like that. So. No short on it either? Oh, damn. Alright, well. Yeah, fair enough. It was a stream only thing, I guess. Alright. Let's obliterate this as well now. Oh, no, that's absolutely fine, Ellie. That is absolutely fine. I do know your job situation right now. Very unfortunate on that. Don't you worry in the slightest. We have had a lot of generosity from a lot of people here today. I do not hold that against you. Not one bit. Great. Let's slide our way over into here. And into here. And there we go. Cool. Very important we fly that little bit manually. Crack this open.
Spies tell me that Vena has been toying with a very dangerous weapon. Breach that door.
Hello there, Pitman. Welcome on in. We're just making our way through the last of these Ryoku missions. Oh, poor nullifiers. They think they can stop Lavo. They stop so many frames, Lavo just doesn't care. Not only does Lavo not have energy to waste, but also Valen's formation isn't even an ability that can be nullified. It's a buff. Okay. I've got heat, and I walk in. Okay, well, he died too quickly to even demonstrate. But suffice to say it's there. It's still there. There we go, done our morphal best. Ian tools in next room. I'm gonna set up blast for this next bit.
We cannot leave any alive.
I don't think the enemies group up enough here for blast to really matter. Might matter there, not sure. to make some fun explosions. That last one? That's the last one. In we go.
Now open the door.
And... dead. It was constantly gaining overguard there as well, and I just DPS straight through it. They didn't have a chance. Don't tempt your mugs, you already have too many. Fair enough, Calamity. So you don't want to get the stickers then? Or the shirt? Or the pins? There's a few things on the merch store there. Pins can go nicely on like a laptop bag or something. Stickers. Wherever you can stick stickers, you know what I mean? Do you need an explanation on that? Burst and go burr? Yes, but in the context of the merch store, I'm not selling a burst. That would be against so many laws, I don't even know where to begin. You'll have to settle for the mugs and stickers. You're a mug guy? Oh, well, fair enough then. Did you know they come in 3 sizes? This is the smallest of the mugs. You can also have a tall mug or a large mug. Depends on what mug you like.
Oh, come in. I was expecting...
Pointless cutscene. And away we go. Which one of these drops Wrath again? Oh god, it's me! No! Go away, me! You're too strong. The scariest thing a Lavos can encounter. The same Lavos. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Which one is he? It's like the opposite of the short with the sergeant. This time I'm terrified of the one I can't find. Hold on, I think... nope. Maybe he's died? Maybe... oh, there he is. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. It's fine. It's good. We're good. Yeah, okay, when the gift sub came through. Hey, you got your drops, and you got a gift sub drop. What a stream to join, eh? This Ripper? It's gone perfectly for you. Repaint and add stuff to an Earth Blaster?
Here I am. Come get me.
I mean, the thing is, you say it violating Nerf's copyright. I don't think it'd be violating Nerf's copyright to buy a Nerf gun, paint it, and sell the painted gun. Now, on the other hand, DE might have some issue with that, and so it would fall within the merchandise policy they have. And their merchandise policy would actually allow people to do just a handful of them. If they're all hand-painted by you, or just you made it yourself kind of deal. Not a huge batch of them, just a limited number. That actually fits within it. Fun fact. DE do have a pretty clear and easy to follow fan merchandise policy. Ray has all 3 mugs? True, yes. The majority of... I don't think it's the majority of mugs, but certainly the single largest number of mugs to go to a person has gone to Ray. Ray has seen to it that not only Ray has my mugs, but also some of Ray's friends have my mugs. Was it friends or co-workers? I think it was co-workers, wasn't it, Ray? And I'm sure they appreciated it. Slash Brock. I know I can survive it. I can see my health bar. It's mostly red, not mostly green. But still. I don't remember where the energy orbs are around here. It looks like that one's not spawning at the moment. Oh, why was that so red? Oh my... oh, my eyeballs. I was looking intently for an energy orb, but then suddenly red. Red just everywhere. Like that, but worse. Okay, she's gonna bleed out now. The irony.
Damn you!
Alright. You bought the mugs for your IT co-workers? Ah, that was it, yeah. That was it. You got mugs? Where you can find them? On the merch store, exclamation mark merch. I think Umbrella has just linked that for you, yeah. So you can grab either the fancy snack style, or you can grab classic style. And I've got this one with the snack on both sides. There's also snack with the slogan on the other side. The Let's Solve a Practical Problem, like yours truly. Plenty of options to pick from under exclamation mark merch. My snack? Lavo. Including with the Lavo colours, I asked one of my moderators, Zomtronic, who is a massive bug and snack nerd, if they knew of a snake that would be a good match for the way I dress up Lavos. I think it took them 20 seconds to respond. Bear in mind, not in a voice chat, in a text chat. 20 seconds to let me know which snake would be the right fit. They're that much of a nerd, they immediately knew Eastern Indigo. That's the snake. And sure enough, yeah, if you Google Eastern Indigo snake and have a look at that, that is the snakes that my Lavos uses. So, I'm fairly certain I can't just put a whole bunch of Lavo on the mugs, but we do have the snakes. And they're cute. Oh, let's have again, is that Ray? Oh, yes. Yes. That was actually just before I started playing. I came across that advert after I started playing, but that was just a bit before I started playing Warframe, that particular advert. Yes, Ray. And yes, you did bring context this time, yes. Thankfully, I knew enough of the context to know where that was going, but yes. Yes. Alright. Need to find a way to get me to play Lavo using Nintendo Lavo? I'm fine with my PC. It cost me a lot of money. I like to use the thing I spent a lot of money on, thank you very much. Seriously, it's not cheap. Please live for a very long time. Great. Now, because it's a Friday, we don't have our usual plat giveaway available to us or something like that, but we've had such a huge amount of generosity on the channel here today, such a colossal amount of it, that I think we can hand out a little bit of love with some former bundles. What do we think, chat? What do we think? In fact, we managed to do not just a hype train, but in fact completed level 6 of a hype train. So I think we can make that 6 formers in total, 2 bundles to send out. We're not going to do just one. We'll double up on it. You guys have been amazing. Never enough format? So let's get our giveaway program loaded up onto here, shall we? Hydrate? I have like 1 sip left. I am now out of hydrate. He's gone. Alright, let's get this set up onto here, shall we? Former bundle. Let's set that to 2 winners and 2 minutes. 2 minutes to enter in on that. Alright, chat, if you'd like a chance to win a former bundle right here, right now, exclamation mark enter in the chat for a chance to win that. We got 2 winners on this today because of the sheer generosity we have had throughout this stream. You guys have been absolutely incredible. I know some of you are here for just for the drops, many of you are here for yours truly, many of you for just the Warframe background noise. Whatever reason you're here, whether it's to see the frame, see the power, see the Lavo on Lavo action, or the way I just absolutely butcher usernames. Thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. The exclamation mark enter in the chat if you'd like a chance to win one of these 2 former bundles right here today. You're here because you're contractually obligated? Oh, come on. Come on. You love being here. You know, Ellie. What shape are we forming here? Kind of like a fish. You know, you got the main body of it up the front there, and then we got like this fanning out bit at the back that's like a tail. Ellie, there's no way we had the same idea on that again. Seriously, can we stop sharing the brain cell? It's getting weird. It's actually getting weird. Alright, 40 seconds left to join in on this giveaway here. Like I said, we got 2 former bundles going out, 2 winners, 1 for each bundle. If you're not in it, you can't win it. It really is as simple as that. Looks like the grenade microwave gun. Oh yeah, we have maybe got a bit of nuke core going on here, haven't we? Yep. Yeah, we've got a little bit of nuke core going on. Go and set yourself back to the Lavos one. All good, all good. Ray's working tomorrow on Independence Day, but for 2.5 times pay. I mean, it may be a national holiday for the states there, but 2.5 times pay. That's a convincing thing, isn't it? Yeah. I think the best overtime I ever got offered at an old job was just double pay, and that was on a rough day they wanted us in. Ugh. All right. That's enough time for you to enter in. Let's see who is going to win today. 2 of you are going to be winners, which means if you see your name in the first part here, a little bit too hasty. You do not want to be right there. Jellyfish and Kitty Cat taking out Ellie. You're not going to be one of the winners. No, no, no. Because the way this works is very simple, chat. Only those who wait for everyone else to get obliterated by the fragmented one. Only those who come with actual ammo in their gun are going to walk away with their prize, and those 2 people are Cat Centaur and Tafon.
Excellent work, Tenno. The extraction point is up ahead.
Congratulations there, Tafon. Congratulations there, Cat Centaur. You are both winners of those former bundles. Looks like, Tafon, we don't actually have your details on a record here. So if you could please use !IGN, followed by your platform and your Warframe username, we'll know exactly where to send these bits on over to right there. GG's indeed to the 2 of you. Cat Centaur, as we do have your details on record, let me just go find those. They'll be inside of the program itself. I turn into a trumpet when I'm searching for things. There we are. Oh, wow. That is a very, very unusual username you got there, Cat Centaur. Very, very unusual username. I don't know how you ever remember your username. It's really easy. It's really easy, chat. You see this? We go gift. We just go to Cat Centaur. Yeah, gonna be easier. Hype. No capital E. That'll be weird. Hype. There we go. Cat Centaur gets 1 of the bundles. Tafon going, yay! Let's have those details then, Tafon. We got those there. Yep, there it is. Tafon Prime. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Well, you're gonna need your formers to keep up with the polarities on that then, aren't you? No, not to a combined name. Thanks to you. Nope. There we go, to make sure that is our right Tafon right there. Just going to double check that. Yep, that is definitely the right Tafon. Yay! Hype. Boom. Out to the pair of you. Well earned. And a massive thanks somewhere right there. No idea how you remember that? Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it, Cat Centaur? It's a tough one. Ay, 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 ay. Alright, well, with that then, chat, that is unfortunately, where we're going to have to wrap it up today. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. I do hope you've enjoyed the stream, the drops, and all the other bits and pieces along the way there. I am still working on the Sirius and Orion guide. It turns out there's a heck of a lot to talk about with that frame, and I'm splitting it into 2 chapters in the same video. Gonna give you that heads up now. At least that's the current plan. I'll decide how it feels when I finish the midway edit. But the split being the core focus of the functionality and build, and then more of the discussion side of it, because there is plenty to discuss that isn't quite so practical. More problem. So I'll solve both of those in that video. But that is where we're going to wrap it up for now, and I will... Let's see, can we send you along to somewhere I recognize somewhere we want to head on over to? Looks like there is a certain Xenosfire streaming at the moment. Yes, indeed. I think we raided into Xenos not that long ago, but it's never a sad day if we can raid into Xenos. Never a sad day there. So, yep, let's go raid Xenosfire. Did I spell that correctly? I think I did. I have learned how to spell, chat. It is amazing power. I will promptly forget how to do that, and you'll find like 5 typos in the next video. I know myself. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. We're going to raid on over to Xenosfire. Thank you very much for joining in, and I'll be live again on Sunday. Have a good weekend. No one blow off your fingers. Bye-bye.